Papa John's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Arthritis Knee Pain Centers, brings us to Cap 6 country in the heart of the city of Oaks. Tonight, two teams on the rise in the conference lift the curtain on conference play. The 3-1 Enloe Eagles pay a homecoming visit against the 3-2 Broughton Capitals. Hello once again, everybody, and welcome to Friday Night Rivals. Patrick Kiedis alongside former ECU star Jay Sohnhalter. And Jade, the two torchbearers of this league, Cardinal Gibbons and Leesville Road. But there are a couple of teams in the conference jockeying for who's next, and they play tonight. One of these teams is getting to 1-0 in league play.
Yeah, this is a huge ball game because the conference play is starting. A lot of momentum on each side with their non-conference league play. Each coaching staff is really pleased with the progress they've seen, but they understand the importance of this ball game and getting off to the 1-0 start.
Stars to watch tonight. Jay, who do you like?
Well, for Enloe, they've been running the ball so well. One of the main reasons is because of their left tackle, Chandler Telfair. He controls the line of scrimmage. He is so physical. He's got the length and pass protection and the athleticism to slow down a pass rush. He can get up to the second level with his run blocks, and he's a leader for the Eagles. And over on the other side for Broughton, Matthew Vanoy has done it all. 5 touchdowns already on the year. He'll play wide receiver, but the coaching staff will move him in different spots in the formation. He'll get some carries tonight as well, but they like to use him down the middle of the field with his speed, but also in those intermediate routes where he can get open, especially on third downs.
Really good non-league results for both of these teams, but momentum is key. One of these teams is going to get off to a 1-0 start in conference play. How do they get it done? What are the keys?
Well, for Enloe, the biggest key is running the football, being dominant up front, and then preventing the big play. They cannot allow anything over their head on the back end. And for the Capitals, it's adjusting to the sudden change. Whenever there's good plays, bad plays, whatever it is, they want to stay even killed tonight, and then blocking and tackling, just being physical and being the aggressor.
There's a different vibe tonight. Homecoming here in Raleigh on the campus of Broughton, with more on the big storylines tonight. Third member of our broadcast crew, Madison Little. Madison?
Thanks, guys. We have two hungry teams looking to build momentum as they strive toward that common goal of a postseason push. And they're coming into this one in similar situations. Last season, they went 4-6, neither of them making the playoffs. Ryan Clark, head coach for Enloe, said that was a disappointment. The goal this year to start conference 1-0, win in October, giving themselves the best shot at playing in November. Broughton similarly looking to rebuild and get back to its winning roots. Both coaches agreed this game is huge in doing those things, and Tom McGuire told me his Capitals, well, they have all the motivation they need. It's homecoming, the game is on TV, and more than anything, it's a chance at redemption against the Eagles. Patrick, Jay.
As we gather for our game tonight, we're going to take a moment to remember all of our friends and community members in Western North Carolina who were hit with cataclysmic devastation with Hurricane Helene last week. And Jay, there's a way for those of you watching tonight to help our friends in need and support them.
And Patrick, my RDC is proud to sponsor the Salvation Army for Sinclair Cares, Hurricane Helene relief. Your contributions can help provide meals and essential assistance to those affected and to our brave first responders. Scan the QR code to donate and make a difference today. Every little bit helps our community heal and rebuild. Thank you for your support.
And here's the U.S. Marine Corps coin toss, brought to you by the United States Marine Corps. The few, the proud, the Marines. Contact your local recruiter today. That is Sergeant Margarita Nunez of the U.S. Marine Corps. Toss was won by Broughton. They have deferred, and the Enloe Eagles will receive. As Jay, we get ready to open up Cap 6 play. It is homecoming at Broughton. Tailgating, almost a sellout on the home side. There's a vibe tonight as conference play lifts the curtain. So we are underway with the game's opening kickoff, brought to you by NC Safe. NC Safe, if you own a gun, lock it up together. Let's keep North Carolina safe. On the return, and here go the Eagles, and around the right side, it's Chase White, returns it out beyond the 30-yard line. Enloe 3-1, coming off of 3 straight victories after a season-opening loss against Southeast Raleigh. Good tune-ups, though. The defense, which they knew would be the mainstay of this squad, particularly in the defensive backfield. They've allowed 8 points in the last 2 games, wins over Green Hope and Nightdale. And it'll be Roby Keys, first-year quarterback here for the Eagles, running the show for Enloe as we get our first play from scrimmage from the 35. Brought in the home purple. Enloe in the green pants and the whites. We'll see a lot of motion offensively for the Enloe Eagles. A little toss, but hemmed in right around the line of scrimmage by the front four of the Broughton Capitals.
And the Broughton defensive line doing a nice job, and they've been so physical the past few weeks, especially stopping the run.
All right, here are the starting lineups brought to you by Papa John's. Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
Well, this is an athletic group of skill players, and then up front, Patrick, running the football will be very important tonight, controlling the line of scrimmage. They're going to rely on the running game as well as Key's arm, especially in play-action pass situations.
This is a handoff. This is Gavin Miles trying the right side. He's out across the 40, and that'll bring up a 3rd and about 4 here for the Eagles on the opening possession of the game.
For Broughton, they're trying to get to 3rd and long situations to get off the football field, and this defense, all 3 levels. There's veterans as well as some young talent. Starts up front 7. The key is to stop the run, and in the back end, they want to rely on anticipation, trying to stay on these talented Enloe wide receivers.
That's the Papa John's starting defense for Broughton, led by Jack Chenery in the defensive backfield. 27 tackles, 3rd and 4, a little toss, nice cutback, and that'll be good enough for a first down for Chase White, out close to midfield.
And Chase White, he's a track athlete, has excellent speed, and gets those tough yards in between the tackles, just gets enough falling forward to pick up the first down. And the offensive line, nice job on the edge. That was Tailfair, the left tackle. Then you got to make one man miss. White makes the cut towards the outside, brings it back inside. And that's a good opening plays for the Eagles.
It was that cutback that took Chenery off of his feet. First pass of the game going deep down the left sideline, incomplete, looking for Darren Carlisle. 2nd and 10. Now, for Roby Keys, new quarterback. That was one of the biggest question marks about this Eagle team coming out of their spring and summer camps. He won the job, but they don't ask him to do too much.
Well, and the coaching staff is really pleased with his progression and winning that job. And Coach Ryan Clark, so good with his quarterbacks, the development, and what a job he's done with this Eagles program.
Yeah, over the first 4 games, Keys has thrown for 434 yards, 5 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Midfield, 2nd and 10 for the Eagles. Game's opening drive. White in motion. A little misdirection. This is Miles again. Minimal yardage, maybe a couple. 3rd and long now for the Eagles.
Ty Bailey bringing down number 54. He's an interior presence on that defensive line and setting up that 3rd and 8 situation where you can get the pass rush.
As good as the defense has been for Broughton, they're banged up, but they're not incredibly experienced. Not a lot of seniors on this starting 11 here for the defense for the Broughton Capitals. 3rd and 8. White again in motion. Swinging outside the tackles. Miles turns the corner and will have enough for a first down. He's inside the 40. And again, a little hesitation move, force the defender to go one way as he cut wide. And that's 2 big 3rd down conversions for Miles and Enloe.
And the motion just holds the linebackers up just for a beat, and then Miles, who's a 3-year starter, an experienced player, just gets enough for the first down. He's physical, so tough. He can pick up those big yards, and the senior is playing his best football of his career right now.
And Miles to the sideline, but when you combine Miles and White's numbers, they've rushed for almost 1,000 yards in 4 games. A.J. Boykin testing the right side and meeting strong resistance. That is Henry Bull, the defensive end for the Capitals.
And Bull, such an integral part of this defense, is playing so well. Number 90 off the edge. Look at the hustle, just coming down unblocked, going straight down the line of scrimmage to make the play. That's the effort and the intensity that he brings to the defense.
No gain, 2nd down. One second of the play clock. He's just got it off. A toss sweep left side, speeding to the sideline and shoved out of bounds. Boykin will pick up about 6. And now a third down facing his Capitals defense on this opening drive for Enloe.
2 for 2 right now. If you're Broughton, you have to expect the motion. Make sure you pick up where the ball is. It could be 4 down territory. And there's Coach McGuire. Amazing job he's done here with this team. His 2nd year for the Caps.
All right, 3rd and a short 3 for the Eagles. Keys will keep it between the tackles, and going straight ahead toward the sideline is Gavin Miles, and that will be first down yardage. Tackle is made up around the face mask. We could have some yardage tacked on here against the Broughton defense. Looked like the hand of Latrell Brown maybe got up into the grill of the face mask. And there's going to be a personal foul, 15-yard tackle.
There's a counter. Miles will fake towards the right, comes back to the left side, and Latrell Brown, who's an excellent running back on the offensive side, he's playing both ways. This Enloe offense, 3 third downs they've picked up in a row, keeping it primarily on the ground, doing a nice job getting push up front.
For the first time inside the UNC blue zone, UNCGoHeels.com. Third down conversion plus the 15-yard penalty. It's now the 13-yard line, first down for the Eagles. Motion from White, and the handoff Miles, and barreling inside the 10. Ankle tackle around the 8-yard line.
Number 54.
And Makai Bailey coming in for the tackle. Right now just keeping the ball. There's rhythm with the running game. There's some different counters inside zones. Let's see if they go to the play action pass.
Just one pass on this entire drive. Everything else has been on the ground. They could pick up a first down at around the 3. Second down for the Eagles, marching down the field to open up this visiting homecoming appearance. Toss coming across. White cuts it back, and White inside the 5. He'll be a little bit short of the first down, but another third down and manageable here for the Eagles. Good ball security and penalty-free opening drive for Enloe.
Yeah, really nice job. And Henry Bull again. Park Seacrest was number 90 chasing it down. Seacrest making the play. Good hustle from the Caps.
Very likely 4-down territory unless a negative yardage play here for the Eagles. Third down and 2. They can pick up a first and goal with a couple of yards here. 5 minutes off the first quarter clock in this game opening drive. Keys keeps it, looking, option, he'll throw to the pylon, it's caught and it's in the end zone, touchdown. Gavin Miles, the recipient, a 5-yard kind of quarterback run pass option. And how about a game opening drive on the road for the Enloe Eagles? They go 65 yards and everything a positive play and take the game's first lead.
So Ryan Clark, the head coach, is also the offensive coordinator. We figured we'd see a play action pass, the fake handoff, and then nice job as Roby comes to the outside and just flips it out to Miles. The linebackers came up and they just caught him by surprise.
And now they go for 2. Keys throws it back, batted down. Well defended there by Markel Thompson of Broughton, number 45. Got the left hand up and swatted it away. So a touchdown, no conversion. A 5+ minute drive to open up a road homecoming appearance. Eagles up by a touchdown. An impressive game opening drive by the Enloe Eagles, resulting in a 5-yard touchdown pass from Roby Keys to Gavin Miles. And a lot to be pleased about so far if you're Ryan Clark in Enloe. Enloe coming in 3-1, but now we'll see what the Capitals can do. They've put up some decent offensive numbers over the course of the year. Tough 16-7 win over your alma mater last week, Wakefield. And Enloe ready to boot it off. Fitzgildone will do the honors here for Enloe, ready for the NC Safe kickoff. NC Safe, if you own a gun, lock it up. Together, let's keep North Carolina safe. And the kick end over end, very short. This is a live football. It is loose, it is covered up by Enloe. A short little pooch kick that landed about 20 yards beyond the kickoff, recovered by the Eagles. And how is this for a plot twist early in the opening quarter?
There's a sky kick. It looked like he was going to go deep, and Finch Scaudone puts it in the perfect position. There's the hustle from Enloe getting down, jumping on the ball.
That's Ryan Person, number 26. I'm not sure Broughton even touched this football at all. It checked up right into the fingertips, a little bobble, and then Person covered it up. So That will go as a turnover charge against Broughton, and a real opportunity to seize some early advantage here for the Eagles, because the Broughton Capitals got no time with their defense to catch their breath on the sideline. Big hit, though. There's a welcome hard pounding of A.J. Boykin into the sideline by Broughton. And they'll bring up second down. That's Latrell Brown for Broughton. Flag is down, however. There's Don Johnson, 26th year as an official. He's officiated 2 state title games. The last one was 5 years ago in the 2A title game. This will be the first penalty going against Enloe. Madison Little, third member of our broadcast crew, has more on that game-opening drive for the Eagles.
Yeah, Broughton's coaching staff obviously not happy with that result, but the defensive coordinator sat the defense down, told them they need to be better, and play harder, specifically talking to that running back group. I don't think they thought they would be out here this soon, but a good chance for them to come back and make improvements, according to their defensive coordinator.
After the penalty, just shy of the midfield mark. Halfback option, Miles will heave it downfield. That's incomplete. Looking for Tucker McGuire, streaking down the right sideline, incomplete. We don't expect to see a whole lot of trick plays here from the Eagles, especially how that first drive went, but after the penalty backed him up, they took a shot.
Well, I can see why they use Miles throwing that ball in the trick play. Heck of an arm, and launched the ball, and you see that right glove, he gave it over to Coach Clark on that play because he was going to throw it. But I'll tell you, it's important for Broughton. The sudden change, that was one of the keys of the game. And right now, this defense put back out on the field. How do you react? Good job making it 2nd and 20.
Out of the gun, looks like a middle screen set up again, batted down. That's the second time we see Markel Thompson and his very active long wingspan knock one down. Saw it a moment ago in that 2-point conversion try, and sets up now 3rd down and about 20 here for the Eagles.
Tomlinson, college prospect, who was a starter last year. Those long arms, he's a really good pass rusher coming off the edge.
Need to reach the 28-yard line. It's 3rd and 20 for Enloe. 6-0 lead for the Eagles. Again, they have not leaned on Keys to make a lot of big plays on 3rd and long with his arm. White in motion. They keep it on the ground. Miles still on his feet, spun down right around the 45-yard line. And there is a penalty marker down. This may go against Broughton as well at the end of the tackle on Miles. And if this is a personal foul, Jay, this would get Enloe out of jail. Enloe sideline applauding vociferously over there. And again, there's Don Johnson, referee in the white cap. And yeah, Enloe's marching a positive direction. A second personal foul face mask against Broughton in the first 6 minutes of this game. Instead of 3rd down at about 14, this will be an automatic 1st down again. And there's the culprit right there. That's Davis Cunningham, number 25. 2 major infractions in this opening quarter against Broughton. And now a little bit of confusion on if this is an automatic 1st down or if it's going to be 3rd down and short with attack on the penalty. It will be 3rd down at about 2 yards. He's out of the pistol, high snap, juggle. Corrals, now dodging traffic and cannot get away. He'll lose about 4 yards on the play. Latrell Brown for the Capitals. First negative yardage play by the Broughton defense.
So Chris Bates, the defensive coordinator for Broughton, just loading the box up. Trying to stop the run, coming off the edge. Ruby Keys tries to get to the outside, just too many Capitals and the penetration. Nice job forcing the 4th down, and Enloe's offense is going to stay out on the field.
Yeah, 4th down at about 5. Give the assist right there to Ronald Basak, who's the first man in the backfield for the Capitals. 4th down and 5. Keys rolls out. Little toss. Oh, nearly picked off. It's incomplete. Broughton had Kane and Page right there in the way. If he gets both hands on that, it's a tie game.
The anticipation from Page as he reads the eyes of Keys. He's rolling out. Good job there, just jumping in front, almost able to pick it off. But there's the look over to the sideline saying, hey, guys, let's go. Getting off the field on a critical 4th down. Nice job from the junior and Page. Integral part of this defense.
And that's an important stop there for the Broughton defense. Offense has not had a play yet in the game. Again, the kickoff that landed recovered by Enloe in positive territory, but Enloe cannot capitalize. So here we go. We get our first look at Owen Vogler. And they will keep it on the ground the very first play. Xavier Howard, the junior running back, who's rushed for almost 200 over the course of the year, is held right at the line of scrimmage. We get a look at the starting lineup brought to you by Papa John's for the Broughton offense.
For the offense, now finally getting out on the field. It's going to be important to hit some big plays through the air. Really good skill players in this offensive line. Giving Owen Vogler time will be key tonight with this pass rush from Enloe.
Matthew Benoit, watch number 1 tonight. Here's a little middle screen. That is Jack Royster on the slant. Pass hits him right in the chest and runs it ahead for a first down for Broughton at about the 46-yard line. And now the Papa John's starting D for Enloe. Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Well, and Ryan Clark, this week, the focus here is no big plays, so it's going to be important for this secondary where it's a 4-2-5 defense to really stay back, make sure they limit things up front for the front seven, just make sure they get that pass rush and be physical in the front seven.
First down for the Capitals, out to midfield, a pickup of about 4 right there. Again, that's Xavier Howard.
It's important for Broughton here as your defense was out on the field for the majority of this first quarter. Not only do you want to get points, but you've got to kind of eat some of this clock up, give the defense time to rest and get into rhythm on the offensive side.
Now let's talk about Owen Vogler. Similar to Keys, he's not tasked to do everything offensively for this Capitals team. What are his strengths?
He's one of the best leaders on this team, and if the ball gets batted down, somebody that Tom McGuire trusts with this offense, trusts to lead all the players out on the field. He's really effective throwing the ball deep. He's accurate. 6 touchdowns on the year, and they're going to need a big game from him tonight. He was our scholar athlete as well, so a lot of confidence in Vogler's ability.
All right, third down and about 6 from midfield. Again, this Enloe defense over its last 2 games has given up only 1 touchdown. Vogler looking left, time to throw, and air mails it. Not quite sure which receiver was the intended target. He had Tucker LaFawn, number 8 in the region, along with Kalen Williams, split the difference. It's incomplete. And 4th and long, and the Capitals will punt it away.
And as Broughton was moving the ball, not able to convert, but now the goal for the special teams unit is, hey, listen, let's try to pin Enloe back, keep the ball inside the 20-yard line for them to start their drive.
Tab along for the Capitals will punt it away. Nobody back to return for Enloe. See if they come after him. They do a bit. Again, nobody back to returns. This will land at around the 20-yard line. Mostly check up, roll forward for about 5 more yards. And that's where the Enloe drive will begin. They'll have their 3rd possession of this opening quarter. When we come back, a 6-0 lead for the Eagles. And a drive that starts at their own 15 when we come back to Broughton. Hey, reminder, stay tuned for the medical game plan brought to you by the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services. As we enjoy homecoming with the Broughton Capitals, their alumni, parents, band members, cheerleaders, players, and soon-to-be Capitals a couple of years down the road. 6-0 Enloe spoiling homecoming thus far. There's a look at a very active and exuberant Broughton Pep Club. Dance and band here. 3rd drive of the opening quarter begins for Enloe. Worst field position so far in the game. Nothing there for Gavin Miles. He lost maybe a yard or 2. And now we're beginning to see the Capital defense kind of sink their teeth in this game after they were run right through in the opening drive.
Yeah, bringing the extra defender up and really loading things up with the goal to stop the run and doing a nice job forcing a 2nd and long.
Now Keys, he will take this snap from inside his own 10-yard line, so a little extra stress and pressure on him not to make any mistakes down here. 2nd and long. See how aggressive the defense is. Here's an option. Toss gets into the hands of Miles, trying to cut back, stood up around the 15-yard line, and then helpers come. Latrell Brown, number 23, slowed that play down, read the cutback that time. And now 3rd and about 9 coming up for Enloe.
Henry Bull, number 90, coming up, getting keys. And then here's Brown just staying in position. Jack Chenery as well coming in. Multiple hats. Tomlinson as well coming in to make the play. And that's the key with this offense. You've got to swarm to the football, and Caps showing nice hustle.
Opportunity now for Broughton to really change the field position game of this first quarter. After a solid punt was down around the 15-yard line. The defense is not giving up a thing yet. 3rd and 9 for Enloe. Keys, two-step drop, tipped, still gets through, and Darren Carlisle the reception, and takes it out beyond the 25-yard line. That's a perfect reception right there by Carlisle, but now it came out of his hands incomplete. 4th down.
Liam Bailey in coverage. Number 6 knocks it loose. Good work. As Bailey hands up as a defensive back. You don't get to the ball, try to knock it loose. Bailey, the senior, that right arm just knocked it through to dislodge and force the 4th down.
Oh, big play by Bailey. So it is 4th down now for Enloe, and they will punt it away. And Broughton should net excellent field position out of this one. Chenery back to receive, and he's on the positive side of the 50. Pressure up the middle, gets it away, spirals in the direction of Chenery, and Chenery will simply waltz right by it, down at around the 46-yard line by the Eagles. 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter, and Broughton with its best field position of the game, trailing by 6.
Yeah, I think a lot of confidence of the Broughton defense getting off the field, taking advantage of the field position. Now the offense, see if they can make some corrections coming out for their second drive. Pretty good spot with the ball on the 46.
There's Tom McGuire, second year officially as the head coach of the Capitals. 1 year as the interim before he took over. Grew up in Somers, New York. He was a high school quarterback as well, just like Owen Vogler of the Capitals. 3-2 entering play tonight. And this is Matthew Vanoy, cutbacks. He takes the jet sweep, and he's into Eagles territory. Picks him about 6.
Tom McGuire, the head coach, also calls the plays as an OC. He wants to find different ways to get Matthew Vanoy the ball, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Jet sweep to the outside. Excellent job with the blocks up front. Vanoy is so quick, so elusive, can read the defender and cuts it inside for a positive gain.
And these cutbacks tonight pretty effective. I know we got a lot of rain earlier in the week. I don't know if the turf is still a little bit slick, but we've seen a lot of guys go down. A leaping grab is made around the 45-yard line. That'll be a first down for the Broughton Capitals. Pass was up, but nice hands by Matthew Vanoy, who is not only a two-way player on this Broughton team, but he's an excellent baseball player going to Davidson to play baseball next year.
And a great student, and 2 plays. They looked for him both times. There's a slant route, went up and got it. Got the first down of the game for the Caps.
Brought to you by Air Experts Heating and Cooling and Plumbing. Schedule your tune-up today, airexperts.com. 10 more than a minute to go in the opening quarter. Quick pass toward the sideline. And now trying to make a couple of guys miss. Jack Royster. He was pushed back, but they will give him forward progress for about 4 yards.
The offense and Vogler getting into a rhythm, throwing the football, the quick passing plays, and getting Enloe's defense on their heels.
Seven yards to go on second down on what could be the final play of the opening quarter. And Vogler on the reversal. And this will be carried down to about the 30-yard line. Very close to a first down. Kalen Williams took the toss coming back toward the line of scrimmage. And they'll mark him just short, 3rd down.
The offensive line doing work up front. Christian Outlaw, the tight end, as well as Graham Marsh, Seth Stewart, Matthew Solomon, Harrison Park, Webb Brogdon, that unit working together as one.
Looks like Broughton wants to get a snap off on 3rd and short right before the clock expires the quarter. They do, and it's a keeper for Vogler, and that's going to be right at the line again, and they will award a first down. So Broughton beginning to charge, closing in on the blue zone. End of 1 on homecoming. Enloe up on Broughton, 6-0. Big crowd on a homecoming night at Broughton High School. Papa John's Friday night rivals presented by Arthritis Knee Pain Centers. Patrick Keenis, glad to be back. This is my opening day. Jay, you've done this for a month and a half now. Jay Sohnhalter, Madison Little, down on the sidelines. First quarter, at least the first half, it belonged entirely to Enloe. It shifted, though, in the back half of that opening quarter, and now Broughton is really running downhill. Big first down run for Xavier Howard. And Howard picks up about 9 as we take a look at our Leith Acura game summary for the first quarter. Leith Acura in Raleigh.
Well, both sides now with Broughton's offense coming on here. Pretty even. 3 penalties, 2 big ones for Broughton to extend drives. The biggest thing is on third down, Broughton's defense getting off the field past couple times as Broughton goes in here on this drive.
This is Vogler, made one man miss, throws the back corner of the end zone, just off the right fingertip of Christian Outlaw.
Pass intended for number 84, Christian Outlaw.
Pretty good touch on that throw on the move by Vogler.
Yeah, he's very athletic and his strong arm. He can get outside the pocket. Christian Outlaw, the big tight end, the senior goes on the corner route to the pylon, almost able to connect us. That's such a difficult play. How about the coverage from Enloe? Spot on from Nigel Best, the 6-foot-tall defensive back. That length is a tough matchup.
Outlaw sets on the left side of the line, tried to make a seal block, but the running back never got there. Good penetration by Enloe right there. That is Simba Demnim-Pwitzi, number 11. A great kid and a great leader in this program. Looking to shed off that block by Outlaw and break into the backfield and blow up that play.
He's got such good fundamentals, and they're staying low, using his arms to create leverage and make the play.
And now it is 4th down and 5 from 3rd and 1, and now it looks like Broughton is going to attempt a field goal here. Talbot Long is on the field. This will be a 41-yarder for the left footer. Clean hold, low kick, on line, and good. So Talbot Long was prepared after a 3rd down and 1 play blew up for a loss of 4. He knocks in a 41-yard field goal to get Broughton on the board, trailing 6-3.
Long is an excellent field goal kicker, and you can see the confidence Tom McGuire has in him, bringing the special teams unit out on the field. That is a difficult kick, and he comes through and gets the Caps on the board. And you know, Patrick, you talk about the atmosphere here with homecoming. It's also the importance of starting off 1-0 in conference play and just what this game means to both programs. You can just feel as we shift into October, it just raise up to the next level.
And you look ahead for Enloe, they're trying to spoil homecoming here from Broughton today. Their next 2 weeks, they get the 2 beasts in the Cap 6. They're on the road to Gibbons next week, home to Leesville Road the following week. Talk about a wood chipper of a schedule for Enloe to begin this campaign here for Ryan Clark. Broughton, meanwhile, will be at Leesville Road next week. Then a couple of weeks after that, they're at Cardinal Gibbons. As a matter of fact, they have 3 straight conference road games beginning next week. Leesville, Athens Drive, and then Gibbons.
And the Cap 6 is just loaded at the top and depth all the way throughout, and these teams they want to get off to the good start, but they just want to keep progressing and get better week by week and play their best football once you get to November and try to make a playoff run.
Time for the NC Safe kickoff. NC Safe, if you own a gun, lock it up. Together, let's keep North Carolina safe. Touchback on the kickoff. Good work by Talbot Long. He's had a good last 2 minutes. 41-yard field goal for the junior and a touchback on his kickoff. Yeah, fist bump is warranted. And now Enloe, which looked like an offensive machine in their first drive, sputtered a bit over the next couple of possessions. We'll see what Roby Keys and the Eagles have in store here. Again, long field facing Enloe. 6-3 game. And most of the damage for the Eagles has come on the ground. Keys throwing for a slant, and it is broken up. Pass was a little bit short, intended for Nathan Peters. One-on-one coverage on the right side, 2nd down.
Keys found the one-on-one matchup he liked. And it was a quick slant route. Just couldn't connect there, but they'll use the quick game and then also double moves to try to set up the defender and go deep.
Peters sets up on the wide receiver on the right side. They put 3 to the right. Peters only 1 catch all year. 2nd and 10, empty backfield. Four across the line for Broughton. And now Miles resets in the backfield. He will get the call, breaks through, left side, bumps off a 1 tackler, and picks up about 5.
Run by the Eagles, stop by 23, Latrell Brown.
Latrell Brown, he's been everywhere on this field. He's made a couple of one penalty on Brown, but otherwise he's been in on a lot of tackles and a lot of hits for the Capital defense.
Very active, and he's physical. Just beat the block to make the play. Another big third down coming up. We'll see if Enloe goes back to their motion, their shifts that they like to do.
They flood 4 receivers to the right. 3rd and 4. They'll go opposite the receiver. Empty space over here, but they tiptoe in by Miles. I think is going to leave him short. As they go to the short side of the field, they trusted Miles and his angle and his speed to get there, but I don't think he did.
Yeah,
it's going to be about a yard and a half short.
Yeah, they try to put all the attention on the opposite side of the field. And they go out on the perimeter. That's Brown again, knocking Miles out. Offense going to stay out on the field, but this is 4th and 2.
This is dangerous. Very dangerous. Early stages, second quarter on the road. You're up by 3. We'll see if they're just trying to draw them off sides. Play clock still has 22 seconds. So we might be here a while.
Stay disciplined on the defensive line.
I just
offsides.
can't imagine the Eagles are actually going to pull the trigger here. They do on 4th and 2. Big moment. Sneaking through, and it is a first down for Enloe. And how about Miles? A defender had him in the crosshairs. He kind of stopped, ducked beneath, and scored him through. First down. Big gamble pays off for Ryan Clark and Enloe.
Well, there's deception on this play because of the weight. It looked like they were just, with that initial pause, it looked like they were just going to try to get you to jump off sides. But when you have a 3-year starter that's as talented as Miles is, an offensive line you trust, you can see why they went for it.
It is a gutsy play. And now, almost like your free rolling, big play up the left side. Boykin breaking down the sideline, sprinting away. Boykin stays on his feet and takes it in. 65 yards for A.J. Boykin, the junior, with his 4th touchdown of the season, and one play after a 4th down conversion in their own territory. The Eagles roll a 7 and take a 12-3 lead.
Well, Boykin is known for his big play ability and to strike, and he followed Josh Patterson, the tackle that was pulling, and Boykin got out into space, and then he's just got the jets to take off. One-on-one situation, he's going to win those. And big drive with the conversion on 4th down, and then he hit it on the ground for another touchdown.
Well, Enloe, a 4th down conversion in their own territory. The next play, a 65-yard sprint for a score. Eagles on the road on homecoming, up on Broughton by 10. Enloe has a 10-point lead. An Original Grills touchdown by Boykin. Original Grills, elevate your grill game. And Jay, we just saw the Enloe coaching staff, namely Ryan Clark, blow on the dice, throw it down the craps table, pay the line. One play after a 4th down conversion, 65 yards for a big road touchdown.
It's amazing how quick momentum can change. It looked like Broughton was going to get off the field. Then it looked like Enloe was just trying to get the Caps to jump off sides. They go for it. They pick up the needed yards, and the next play, boom, they capitalize.
Hey, they fooled me. NC safe kickoff. This one will be caught and returned by Broughton. And that's Enloe to about the 25-yard line.
Brings it out to the 25-yard line. First and 10.
Enloe on special teams, offense, they keep him out on the field as much as possible because they know the talent that he brings. If you're a Cap in this huddle, all right, you're down 13-3. You had a good drive last time out, resulted in points. The mindset is, hey, listen, let's really set the line of scrimmage. Let's get things going, be physical at the point of attack. And then the passing game, let's take some shots.
Yeah, Enloe and Williams are their top 2 targets this year. Enloe wears number 1, Williams in number 18. And this is Vogler on 1st down. He will hand off, little juke in the backfield. Howard trying to cut to his right and then got shoved back to his left. It only picks up about 1.5 yards.
Xavier Howard Morris on the carry.
Howard, one of the few skill players who is not a senior on this Capital team. He's a junior. Working hard for those couple of yards.
Initial penetration up the middle. Howard Morris kind of swerved inside, gets back outside to pick up a couple yards.
Shoulder fake by Vogler. He's going deep. He wants Enloe, and it's intercepted by Enloe. looking for Vanoy, intercepted by Enloe's Ryan Person, over the shoulder, fingertip interception, and Enloe forces its second turnover of the half.
3 interceptions on the year for Ryan Person. There's a double move, that head and shoulder fake, and then over the shoulder. What a play, the hand-eye coordination to come down as he's running full speed. What a big play from the talented defensive back.
And there is Person taking a breather on the sideline. Huge congratulations by his teammates. We talked at the outset of the game, the strength of this Enloe team from Ryan Clark back in the summertime when he talked with some local media. He expected it to be the defensive secondary. A ton of experience, great athletes back there, and they've done their work over the first 4 weeks. And Person with an excellent interception right there. So Enloe back on offense. First down, little screen pass. Good for about 6 or 7 yards, connecting with Chase White. Now if you're the Broughton Capitals and their defensive unit, it is incumbent on the Caps right here to get a stop or turn Enloe over. Because this game right now is teetering a bit. 2nd and 5. Keys, the quick handoff. Scraping off of one, but not any others. Miles for only a couple of yards. Runs. Makai Bailey is right there, number 54, to make the stop.
Broughton playing with 10 guys within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage, one single high safety about 12 yards back. So really trying to limit the yards. There's Makai Bailey, the initial contact to force 3rd down.
3rd and about 3. Eagles lead by 10. High snap brought down. Miles again. He'll pick up 1st down yards around the left side. Nose out close to midfield. 3rd down conversion rate for Enloe has been off the charts good this first half on the road.
Once Miles gets ahead of steam, he is so difficult to bring down. Gets to the corner, and then he finishes off his runs. Very physical.
Jay, one of the last times you and I called an Enloe game, you go back about, 5 years when they had their breakout year under Kenneth Brooker. They won 8 games. They were in contention, went to the playoffs. Since he left and when Ryan Clark took over the program, they've kind of fallen back to where they were about a decade ago. Over the last 3 years, up until last season, they had 1 win and 26 losses. 4 wins last year, so they're on the climb, and they're trying to take it to another level here in the Cap 6. And that's why this game is important for both sides, but particularly in kind of the maturation of this Enloe program under Ryan Clark.
And just continuing to take it to the next level. The progression, Ryan Clark building this program up the right way, loves his kids and what they're doing off the field and on the field, just the development. And so many 3-year starters, guys that have been through the battles, been through tougher years, and now are reaping the rewards of what they've done so far this year.
2nd and 10. By the way, Ryan Clark is an Enloe grad. He played high school football for Enloe under his dad, who is still on his coaching staff. His dad was the head coach here for 9 years, coached for 20, and he's part of the staff that has over 120 years of coaching experience. Dumps it over the middle, and it's incomplete. Dangerous pass. Looking for either White.
3rd and 10.
Coming across the middle, 3rd down.
Well, short intermediate routes are going to be clogged up because this Caps defense is loaded up. Within 5 yards, they're just nowhere to go. And for Enloe here, 3rd and long, you've been really good. You don't necessarily have to pick up all 10 here. Just chip away at it with your success on that 4th down conversion on your side of the field on the last drive.
Need to reach the 41-yard line here on 3rd and 10. Play clock still at 20. 10-point lead for the Eagles on a homecoming for Broughton. Keys, the handoff. Miles, can he get it done again on his own? He'll be really close. And they'll be marked right at the 41, which is right where the sticks were. So it's either 4th and inches or 1st down for Enloe.
Miles inside zone, he bounces it outside. And Patterson, number 54, with the key block to spring him loose.
Jay, does look like Don Johnson has marked them just short. So it does appear to be 4th down. Yeah, Don Johnson, the white hat, balls up the fist in his right hand. And well, you went for it on 4th and 2 in your own territory early in the quarter. There's no question Enloe's going here. And the running game has been their biggest ally tonight. And now we get a timeout taken by Broughton ahead of this 4th and 1. 6:27 left in the opening half. Broughton at home on homecoming, down by 10. The defense staring down the barrel of a 4th down when we come back. 13-3 Enloe midway through the second quarter. It's the Cap 6 opener for the Broughton Capitals and Enloe Eagles. Enloe has forced 2 turnovers. They have a 10-point lead and they're in Capital territory. This is a 4th and less than a yard for Enloe. Sprinting under center is Keys. He'll take the snap, push it forward, and on the second effort, he will have the first down for the Eagles. They will keep the drive alive, and as we mentioned, what Ryan Clark has done with Enloe, kind of the renaissance of this Eagles program. Most wins in a campaign in 5 years with the 4 wins they had last year. Ryan's dad, Ron, on the staff after being the head coach here. Madison has more on that story down the field. Madison.
Yeah, Patrick, well, Ryan Clark's coaching career has been aligned with his father. When Ron Clark was on the staff earlier in Ryan's life, Ryan was the ball boy. He was a student assistant when he was in high school and even came back when he was in college to help out on Friday nights. After he finished his degree and deciding coaching is what he wanted to pursue, he moved back to Raleigh and joined the Cardinal Gibbons coaching staff, where, of course, his dad was on staff also. The two worked together for the Crusaders for 5 seasons. And then Ryan got offered the job as the Enloe head coach. Dad waited a year to join the staff, wanted to give Ryan his moments. But, guys, it didn't take long for him to come back, and Ryan says he wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, he's been back in his alma mater for about 3.5 years, hired in May of 2021. They went 1-9 in his first full year, 0-10 his next year, 4-6 last year, and look at him now, 3-1. And with a 10-point lead at Broughton here in the conference opener, and they're charging again. They swinging out the right side, looking for White, incomplete. But historically, it has been a major challenge to win, and especially consistently here for Enloe.
And he's instilled confidence in the program and just that belief in his players. And this is a team where a lot of young players played a lot of football a couple years ago, and they've continued to develop, stay with the program. They've gotten better. And now you just see the talent, but also kind of that leadership and the experience is really paying off.
3rd down and 9 for the Eagles. Keys flanked by the back to his left. He looks to throw it left sideline in a juggling effort, but in and out of the hands of Chase White. Incomplete for 4th down. Curious to see what Ryan Clark will do. One more note about Enloe. Yes, challenge to win games on the gridiron here, especially in this conference. It is one of the best academic high schools you're going to find anywhere in the States. I mean, these are incredibly bright student athletes, but they feel like they really have the right leader in Ryan Clark. Offense stays on the field, 4 down. And there's Keys on the sideline now. They will punt it away. Doing some tough love by Ryan Clark with his quarterback, Roby Keys. They will punt it away here on 4th down. Pressure right in the middle. And the punt is booted away. Fair catch signaled for and grabbed for some reason at the 5-yard line by Broughton's Jack Chenner. So a 13-3 lead for Enloe. 5:13 left here in the first half. A reminder, stay tuned for the U.S. Army halftime report. We will have this week's Tatum and Atkinson Scholar athletes, interviews, highlights, and more. U.S. Army, be all you can be. That's coming up in 5:13. 95 yards away from the end zone, the Broughton Capitals will take over. Defense did its job, but now can the offense follow suit? Down by 10. The only Broughton points came on a 41-yard field goal early in this second quarter. First down carry, that's Howard. Howard angled down at around the 13.
Who's going to create the spark play? First drive, first carry. Xavier Howard Morris finishes off the run in a physical manner, and they've got to get some guys stepping up on the offensive end to give the defense a break. They've been out on the field. They've been depleted with injuries on that side of the ball. They've got to maintain this drive, and of course they want points, but they've got to give their guys time to rest over on the sideline.
Vogler the give. Howard again. Nothing there. Wrapped up around the knees. Derek Mathis, number 88 for Enloe right there on the stop, and already it's a third down situation facing Broughton. Third and short, though, less than a yard. Broughton will get the football on the other side of halftime. So the 10-point deficit, not as large as maybe it seems, but they do need some points and put a long drive together if they can. Third and short, tight formation. And falling for, that'll be enough for a first down for the Capitals. Third straight carry for Xavier Howard.
That's good enough.
The offensive line getting enough push up front. So important. And everyone knows you're going to run the ball. You've got to pick it up. How low the offensive line stays with their leverage, getting their guys out of the way. Howard Morris just enough.
Air Experts first down. Schedule your tune-up today. AirExperts.com. Ball is loose on the first down play. Does Enloe have it at the bottom of the pile? They think they do. Don Johnson, the white cap, will let us know. And it is Enloe football. Recovered by Simba Demnon Puiti, number 11. And Broughton commits his third turnover of the first half. And this one could be fatal inside their own 20-yard line.
It was mixed direction, and it was a counter. Everybody going towards the left, and then thought is with the pitch, you come back towards the right. Demnon Puiti just staying in position, discipline, staying at home, comes away with the turnover.
And now at the 14-yard line, Enloe up 10 and in charge. So Broughton, before that turnover, you're thinking get down the field, take the clock with us, get some points, get the ball in the other half. But everything has just changed. Tight formation on first down for Enloe. And a fake. Keys tosses, has a man wide open, but undershot. A guaranteed 6 in the end zone. Looking.
Second and 10.
Looking for Grayson Dobbin. Senior wide receiver, doesn't get a lot of playing time, and he completely got lost by the defense. But the pass didn't quite get there.
And Dobbin just snuck out of the tight end position. It looked like it was going to be a run. The fake just slipped down. They'll run a lot of play action. Broughton's defense will have to be aware.
They stay out of that same formation, tight formation. Chase White can't quite snake through.
Run by the Eagles.
And for Broughton, all right, 3 turnovers. You know, things haven't gone your way in the first half, but if you can get off the field and force a field goal, what a huge win that would be for the Caps. And over on the other side for Enloe, hey, you want to keep your foot on the gas pedal, and Tom McGuire's unit out on the field trying to find a way to get a pass rush and get some energy on third down.
And now they kind of go back to a formation that we've seen earlier in the game. A little variation of it here, though, on third down and about 9. Keys, the delayed handoff. White bumps to the outside, cuts it back, heads to the goal line, spins his way forward, and he's going to be cut down around the 4-yard line. That'll be good enough, though, for a first down. Great effort there by Chase White.
How quick is he? As the counter, he started off, looked like he was going up the middle, then goes to the outside, the spin move, falling forward. He's just so elusive in open field situations, and Ryan Clark talked about how tough he is as well. I mean, he's a guy that not shy away from contact. He's got the speed, but also he's a physical runner.
So now first and goal. Clock running under 2:20 for the first half. And Enloe is in absolutely no rush. Play clock down to 5, and it looks like Ryan Clark is simply going to milk it down and then call a timeout here. Enloe has 3, now they have 2. They do take a timeout, so he's playing game management with the clock plus 10 late in the first half. He does not want to give Broughton an opportunity to score some points after Enloe's drive finishes up here. I like it. So 13-3 lead for Enloe, 2:05 to play. A reminder that you can stay tuned for the medical game plan brought to you by the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services. Enloe 13, Broughton 3. 3 turnovers forced by Enloe in this first half alone. couple of personal foul penalties by Broughton early in that opening quarter. And Enloe so far, they've been the better team. Forced a lot of mistakes. And shown some good maturity and growth here in this first half. All right, Jay, going to the defensive coordinator's head. What?
Take me down the huddle.
Yeah, how do you get out of this well here on this drive in particular? What do you need to happen? What kind of limitations are you allowed and willing to give up?
Well, I think in this situation, hey, your defense is playing hard. Been down with injuries. Your guys are going full tilt, and they got to find a way. So I think in that timeout break, you're telling everybody, hey, let's dig deep. Let's get over the sideline. We need a play. And I'm calling a defense that's going to load things up to stop the run. Because in this situation, you know Enloe's probably going to keep it on the ground, especially with where the clock is. They're going to try to melt it down. So whatever it takes, stop the run and then go for the ball. Try to dislodge it and create a turnover.
This is first and goal from the 4-yard line. In motion is White. They look his way. Tipped and batted down. Incomplete. Trying to hit Chase White, rolling out of the backfield left to right. And one more time, it is Markel Tomlinson with those long arms to deflect his third pass of this first half. How about that?
The recognition from Tomlinson as he was getting blocked. He looked up and saw Keys was about to throw it, jumps up to bat it down, and stop the clock and move it over to second down.
Second and goal, 3 receivers left. Keys on the give. Miles straight ahead, bowling toward the end zone. Touchdown! Miles is in for the second time in the half. From 4 yards out, and Enloe extends the lead on the road, 19-3.
Miles has continued to develop, get stronger year by year, the 3-year starter, as he follows the block up front. What a job, just creating a path by Robert Harp, the junior, 6'3", 285. Takes his man, Miles, just finishes it off. What a drive, capitalizing the turnover with the excellent field position.
Oh, big half by Miles, 5-yard touchdown reception, now a 4-yard touchdown carry. 20-3 Enloe with 1:57 to go in this first half. That is an Original Grills touchdown for Enloe. Original Grills, elevate your grill game.
Now for Enloe, 3 turnovers, your offense is playing really well, you're running the ball at a high level. You got to be very pleased. Now, you got to finish off the half, 1:57 left. You don't want to send any momentum over to Broughton's side. Your team is playing at a high level on the road in a big ball game. And for Broughton, all right, we got to get it going. We've got plenty of time. We have 2 timeouts. Yes, we're down, but let's clean things up. Let's respond to this adversity, and let's gain something going into the break. Let's get some points on this drive.
And what is the mindset for the Capitals? How do they overcome the adversity and get positive here in the last 2 minutes?
Well, I think on the sideline, you've got to have your leaders and the coaching staff, hey, guys, listen, we're good. Let's get to the break, but we've got to take advantage of this time, this opportunity, getting the football. You have the timeouts. You don't have to rush here. You can run the football. I do think there has to be a sense of urgency. Get Vogler outside of the pocket. Try to get him on the run. Screen plays, something to keep the defense off balance, because you know they're going to bring the pass rush here.
And again, the 3 turnovers we've seen from Broughton in this one. A kickoff that landed about 20 yards beyond where the kick was, untouched, that Enloe recovered on the live ball. An interception down the field, but then that last fumble on the missed exchange inside the 20-yard line. Enloe will return the kick, heading toward the 30-yard line and put down just about a yard short of that. And that's where the drive will begin for the Capitals with 1:53 to go and a couple of timeouts. Stay tuned for the U.S. Army halftime report. We'll have this week's Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athletes, interviews, highlights, and more. It's all brought to you by the U.S. Army. Be all you can be. 20-3 Enloe. Now we'll see what Owen Vogler, senior quarterback for the Capitals, can manufacture. And boy, do they need something positive here. Again, the Capitals will get the football on the other side of halftime, but they'd like to be within a couple of scores, not 3 as they are now. Quick pass and miscommunication by the 2 wide receivers there, with Williams and Vanoy in the vicinity. And it's second down. It's been a first half of those kind of miscues for the Capitals. And it's about as simple of a pass pattern as the Capitals can draw up, and The receivers were not on the same page with Vogler. Tom McGuire, head coach for Broughton, he's teaching and instructing the guys the sideline right now. He wants to see the look in their eyes, what they feel about what's happened here in this first half as Vogler is being chased toward the sideline and carried out of bounds, bumped down. Good improv there by Vogler. But he's going to be a couple of yards short of the first down.
This is the right decision from Vogler as he reads the coverage, nowhere to go with the ball. And he is so athletic. Takes off, and he needs to use his legs, especially outside, to keep this defense honest, and kind of sets up a 3rd and 2.
Minute 41 to go. 2 timeouts for the Capitals. So Vogler brings Broughton to the line. Out of the pistol formation, 4 receivers, 2 to both sides. And the give, a lot of room up the middle. First down yardage and more for Xavier Howard. And he's into Enloe territory. Howard takes it all the way to the 46-yard line. And that's the biggest play from scrimmage offensively for Broughton tonight.
Yeah, the O-line does a great job. Seth Stewart, Graham Marsh, Matthew Solomon, those 3 clearing the path, and they had to have that one, Patrick. They needed that in the worst way.
Well, there's a quick snap and a quick catch and a good hand show by Tucker LaFawn, number 8, to cradle that one in. And that's good for about 6. Hurry up offense now for the Capitals. And now we get some movement here, either movement or a timeout. Don Johnson, the white cap, flag is down. And this is going to go on Enloe. And that will provide Broughton with a first down here. I think the tempo has caught Ryan Clark's defense a bit by surprise here these last couple of plays.
And I like how Broughton is going faster. You get that first down and then get up quickly to the line of scrimmage, and you have that sense of urgency. Still plenty of time with the timeouts, but I just like the change of pace.
Well, that run by Howard was critical. First down now from the 34. You still have 1:04 remaining in this opening half. Whistle blown as Vogler connects post whistle with Barack Okeo. And a timeout has been taken. 1:05 left in the first half, Jay, and that timeout taken by Enloe. And I think Ryan Clark can kind of feel the sand shifting a bit underneath his defense feet.
Well, especially with these timeouts. All right, guys, listen, we're doing good, but we've got to make sure we do not allow a big play, and let's stop this drive. And the defensive coordinators and Dennis Fields, Ron Clark, co-coordinators, the message to their team is, hey, listen, we're going to give you a blow. Let's call this timeout. Make sure everybody's on the same page. We cannot give up a big play, but we've got to cut off these edges, keep everything inside in the pocket. And let's make sure we tackle and make sure we're all structured and on the same page, because you've got the momentum. The last thing you want to do is let it go to the Caps going into halftime break.
I mean, it has been an idyllic first half on the road here for Enloe. 17-point lead. But you do not want to give anything back here over the last couple of minutes that would sully what has been a near-perfect first 24 minutes for Enloe.
And for Broughton, yes, you're down 17 right now, but you've had 3 turnovers. Things have not gone your way. If you can get a drive, if you can get a touchdown, 20-10 going into the break, that is a huge win.
So out of the huddle come the Capitals, trailing by 17. Again, 2 timeouts. And this is first down from the Enloe 34. They keep it on the ground and tripped up only a couple of yards there for Howard. He got submarined just as he was launching out of the backfield. And we may get a stoppage here. Looks like Matthew Solomon is down, one of the offensive linemen for the Capitals. And he is in some pretty intense pain.
He's their center.
Yeah, he's feeling the left calf could be a cramp as the athletic training staff comes out to have a look. He is assisted to his feet. Those cramps are tough to dissipate that quickly. So maybe it was just a lowercase cramp, maybe just a little mini one. We'll watch him over the course of the second half. Let's get some fluids in that big body. 56 seconds to go. He will leave the field for a play or two.
56 seconds left in the game.
It'll be second down for Broughton. There's Enloe, number 1. Haven't seen a lot of him here in this first half offensively, but watch him.
He'll be at the top of the screen. I think you've got to highlight him in the slot, moving over, and get him the ball.
Second down, little pressure, time to throw. Lofts it down the middle, has a man, and it's brought in. It is Enloe, spins into the end zone. Touchdown, Broughton. A quiet first half for Enloe, but cradles in a 34-yard touchdown pass in the final minute of the half. And Broughton has life on homecoming.
Excellent route from Enloe, and Vogler looks over towards the left, keeps the safety there, then perfect throw over top. And Enloe, with his speed, brings it in. The hand-eye coordination. This ball comes in, waits for it to hit his hands, then takes off, and you see the power to finish it off. And what a drive from the Caps, and Enloe, one of the leaders, coming up with the big play.
That could be the catalyst for Enloe. Extra point good to make it a 10-point game, 20-10 Enloe, and that is exactly what the Capitals needed in the final 2 minutes.
He is such a talented player and somebody that Vogler really trusts, especially in big spots. And that route looked like he was going over the middle, then takes it upfield, splits the safeties. And then that trust with your quarterback, Vogler, putting it right on Enloe, and Enloe coming through. He just knows how to get open, and that's a big drive with the momentum. You could just feel the difference over on this side of the field with the fans, everybody now getting involved in the ball game, the students here. What a crowd from Broughton on homecoming, and seeing their team kind of capture things back, that confidence on the offensive end.
Yeah, 7 touchdown pass for Vogler this year. That's an Original Grills touchdown for the Broughton Capitals. Original Grills, elevate your grill game. 40 seconds remaining first half. A bouncing kick handled by an up man for Enloe. Returnable out to the 40, on his feet near midfield. Hop past the man, still on his feet down the sideline. And down to the 40-yard line scampers Enloe. And that is Alex Chapman-Evans, one of the up men, returning that about 35 yards. And Jay, this first half isn't over yet. Enloe is going to have a crack.
Yeah, Chapman-Evans just charges this ball and picks it up, and then he's elusive. He wants it all, and he's a defender, linebacker, defensive back, kind of goes both ways. But he looked like he was on offense and sets up his offense with great field position and plenty of time with the one timeout.
He looked like a shortstop attacking a high chopper, coming and getting it. From the 43, one timeout for Enloe. This is Keys, and Keys has his man inside the 30. As Elijah Kirkpatrick is wrapped up and brought down. They will move the chains with 25 seconds to go. And Enloe right now is looking at about a 46-yard field goal with no more gains. So they still have a couple of plays in their pocket. Clock ticking. Keys throws again. Tipped again, and incomplete.
Enloe lucky. Miscommunication on the routes. 2 wide receivers really in the same spot as that ball tipped up. You just see the eyes of the Broughton defensive backs light up. The possible interception opportunity. His initial tip kind of ricochets twice. Almost falls in the lap of William Bailey.
You really have about 2 plays here for Enloe before you would consider a potential field goal. Handoff Miles up the left side and kind of angled at a weird spot near the sideline. He'll pick up about 7. 11 seconds left. Clock is running. Enloe does have 1 timeout, and Ryan Clark will use it here. So decisions now for Enloe. It's 3rd down. The line of scrimmage is the 23-yard line. So you're looking at about a 40-yard attempt, if that's where Ryan Clark wants to go. If you need 5 more yards to put yourself in better range for a field goal, you could try, Jay. Maybe a quick sideline hit. You have time to get out of bounds, but you must. What do you think Ryan Clark is thinking here?
Well, I think in this situation, he's making sure everyone's on the same page. What are we going to do? And do we want to kick the field goal? I think right now it all depends on how much time you think it'll take to make a play. And I think they're going to bring the offense back out on the field, it looks like. So, do you go for the end zone? Or to me, I think you can do a quick out route and hopefully have about 2 seconds left.
Remember, when Enloe scored its touchdown the first quarter, they did not opt for the PAT. They went for 2, so I'm not sure what the situation is with their kicker. They did kick the extra point the next 2 scores. 3rd down, 7 seconds left. We'll see what they do. Quick snap, quick drop. They're going for it all. The pass, the back of the end zone. It is caught, and it is in the back of the end zone. Nathan Peters brings it home from 23 yards out with 1 step remaining before he exited the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Enloe.
Aggressive mindset. They weren't going for the field goal. They weren't going for a quick out. They were going for it all. What a throw from Keys. As he was hit, he launches it, and Peters beats his man down the field, gets the feet in bounds as that ball comes down. Perfect execution. Gains hold of it, gets the 2 feet down, stretches out the lead for the Eagles.
Now Ryan Clark's Eagles, they are pulling up a chair to the craps table here in this first half. A 4th down conversion earlier in this half. Next play, 65-yard score. 7 seconds left in the first half. They eschew the field goal. They go for the back of the end zone. They connect again. Peters, a 23-yard touchdown catch. 27-10 Enloe.
What a play. And Keys was looking over towards the left, then turned his head back towards the right as he saw the coverage open up for Peters. The speed to get past the secondary. What a play. I mean, you can just see the excitement over there and know the importance of that play.
And Jay, all the feel-good momentum that Broughton had a minute ago evaporated. Let's not forget Alex Chapman-Evans' kickoff return for about 35 yards on a short kick. That's what set this whole final 30 seconds up for Enloe. We've seen 21 points in the last minute 55. And the NC Safe kickoff is grounded. It is brought in by Vinoy. And this will take us to halftime as Vinoy is tackled around the 33-yard line. Plot twists aplenty on homecoming in Raleigh. It is the Cap 6 opener, and the Enloe Eagles, 2 years removed from a winless season, 0-10, are on the road up 17, trying to win their conference opener here in 2024.
And Enloe, what a job there with the minimal amount of time. They made a play on special teams, and they are aggressive for the touchdown.
All right, Madison Little down in the sidelines with Ryan Clark, the head coach of Enloe.
Coach, you were aggressive on offense. You went for some 4th downs. You decided to go for it instead of kicking a field goal, the safe option. Why do you have so much trust in this offense?
Hey, my guys have worked extremely hard for these opportunities. I'm proud of them every day, and just got to give them opportunities to make plays, and they make me look like a good coach every day, so I'm just going to keep giving them the ball and let them make plays and have fun doing it. Hey, this is great high school football, so we're all ready to go.
You know the Capitals are going to come out swinging in this second half. How do you put them away?
Hey, we're just going to play this like 0-0. I know that's cliche, but that's how we're going to play. Second half, we got to come out. Defense got to get a stop, and we just got to keep rolling on offense. And I'm really excited for the second half, and I know our guys will be too.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, thank you. There you go.
Back to you guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Madison. A reminder, the U.S. Army halftime report on the way. Enloe on homecoming, trying to play spoiler, leading Broughton at the break, 27-10. Homecoming festivities and the U.S. Army halftime report up next.
You're watching the U.S. Army Halftime Report. The U.S. Army, be all you can be.
And now it's time for the Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athlete of the Week. Presenting the award for Tatum and Atkinson is John Hummel.
Tatum and Atkinson is proud to present the Friday Night Rivals Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athlete of the Week. From Enloe High School, the Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athlete of the Week is Isaac Overa Garcia. Isaac is football all-conference, is academic all-conference, and carries a 4.0 GPA. Isaac volunteers for community food drives and clothing drives, and volunteers as an elementary school tutor. From Broughton High School, the Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athlete of the Week is Owen Vogler. Owen is football team captain, is a member of Leadership Council, and carries a 4.54 GPA. Owen is a member of National Honor Society, is a member of Student Government, is secretary of the Investment Club, and is founder and president of Guitar Club. Owen's community service efforts include serving as president of the Students Supporting Seniors Organization.
Congratulations to our Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athlete of the Week.
This All-Star is now entered for a $5,000 scholarship at the end of the season. Tatum and Atkinson. Injured in a wreck? Call the heavy hitters.
Once again, congratulations to our Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athletes of the Week. And now I'm joined by the Enloe Assistant Principal, Debbie Parrish. Well, you've been on both sides of this rivalry. What does this mean to these two communities?
It's awesome. The kids are so invested in it. They have so much fun during homecoming week, whether you're at Enloe's homecoming or you're at Broughton's homecoming. The kids are all into it, dressing and all the fun stuff. They just build a community with each other. No matter what school you're at, these teenagers really come all out and have fun and enjoy themselves and support each other.
And you've been in the Wake County Public Schools for 11 years. How have you seen firsthand athletics help these student athletes after high school?
It makes such a big difference. Athletics, as far as high school athletics, gives kids all the executive skills they need, those skills they need to transfer into the workplace later on, to transfer to college or the military or wherever they choose to go after high school. So it's very valuable. My daughter was a product of Broughton Athletics. She has learned so much from being an athlete, and also our athletes across the area. It's just so important for them for time management and just all those things that they gain from having to balance sports and academics.
Well, once again, thank you so much for being here. We'll be back with more of our U.S. Army halftime show right after this.
You're watching the U.S. Army Halftime Report. The U.S. Army, be all you can be.
Welcome to the U.S. Army Halftime Show. I'm Madison Little, joined by Staff Sergeant Quentin Atkinson. Thank you so much for being our halftime sponsor.
Thank you for having me.
And can you describe your role in the Army to us?
I'm a Staff Sergeant. I'm a 25 Hotel, which is a network communication specialist. I'm in the IT department of the Army, and it's done wonderful things for me.
What did you do before you joined the Army?
I did go to the University of North Carolina Central. I played football there, and then after that, I transitioned to arena football. I definitely wanted to make a career, and I decided to join the Army after that.
How do you feel that the Army has enhanced your life thus far?
The living situation I'm in, traveling, and being able to learn a new job in IT, which is a passion of mine.
And if students want to learn more, where can they go?
Go to Go Army. You'll be able to put in your zip code and get you in contact with your local recruiter to be able to reach out to you and talk to you.
Thank you so much for being our halftime sponsor.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here to partner and representing high school football.
We'll be back with more of our U.S. Army halftime show right after this. Welcome back to our U.S. Army halftime show. We are so pleased to be joined by the principal for Broughton High School, Janice Diltz. Thank you so much for being here.
It's a privilege to be here.
Well, you have such a great community here at Broughton. How do you think high school athletics impacts this community and vice versa?
So athletics is the heartbeat of school culture, and it helps build excitement and pride in who we are and what we represent. And so that is contagious into the hallways, the classrooms, and it what brings thousands of people out on Friday nights.
How do you feel high school athletics prepares these students for life after high school?
So I always say this is their practice run, right? We problem solve every day in real life. We come together and collaborate with others and build teams, and we're all working towards a common goal. And as adults, that's what we do to be successful. So we're preparing them for that by doing this with their teammates.
And you have a huge rivalry game on homecoming night, a huge crowd in the stands, and it's on Friday Night Rivals. What does that mean to this school and to this community?
Well, I think the crowd alone says we were ready for tonight. And the pep rally today, we talked about how this is an ongoing rival. This is part of our school history. It's part of Enloe's school history. And so having, this kind of spotlight on our school just builds our sense of pride in who we are and representing when we get the opportunity to do so.
Well, thank you so much once again for joining us. This is such a great environment you have here. We're going to go back to the booth for some in-game highlights.
All right, thanks a lot, Madison. There is a look at what this rivalry and what it all means here, Jay, with Enloe and Broughton matching up once again to open up Cap 6 play. We very well could see some highlights from this game go national next week, but right now let's take a look at some highlights from last week's game that go national tonight.
The best Thursday night lights and Friday night rivals highlights from across the country.
Gaisford corner, that pass high and caught, one-handed catch.
Under the rain that has been steady since kickoff, and it's a fake. It's a fake running up the middle, and with the first down is Omeza Danian. Some trickery on special teams, and Green Hill converts.
On their own 3-yard line. Judkins, it hit hard, right in the hands of Landon Crozier for the big red touchdown.
Oh, right place, right time, man. Great defensive play. Coordinators thinking 2 plays here. Ball's on the ground. Vogel's trying to make something out of nothing, and does. He's still on his feet. Vogel to the 15, to the 10. Touchdown, Vogel! Talk about stick-to-itiveness. That play was blown up, and that young man just wouldn't give up.
Field goal to Tim. If they're inside, they'll probably go for it a third time, James.
Compton trying to find a way, and he's going to run out of defenders. He still has the football. Throw it into the end zone. Is it a catch? They call it a catch.
Well, let's take a look at a couple of the stars you can watch on tonight. Let's start for the Broughton Capitals.
Well, Brandon Codrington, he's a beast at the cornerback position, but he really does his damage on special teams.
Punt block comes in. It's blocked away by Broughton. The punter is down. The ball recovered by the Capitals. And there is Codrington racing in from the right side, almost taking that football off of the foot of the punter, Marjan, who is still shaken up. And there is the first game-shaping play tonight, and it comes off of the Broughton special team.
Chris Dawson was just gushing about Codrington's ability on special teams, unblocked. You could see how he came in there right off the edge. Perfect technique, taking the ball off the foot.
He has blocked an extra point or blocked a punt every game this year. Well, talk about the history. There it is, Enloe and Broughton. NFL players are born in this rivalry, Jay. It's 27-10, Enloe leading tonight at the break.
Yeah, and these guys are future NFL players. Brandon Codrington, when he was at Broughton, what a career he had. Went to North Carolina Central, graduated after he was an all-MEAC performer, goes to the NFL with the Jets, and then now with the Bills, making an impact and making everybody here at Broughton proud.
And maybe where would he be without us? Right? All right, let's get to some highlights of maybe some future NFLers in this one. 27-10 lead for Enloe, Jay. And Enloe got off very, very quickly tonight.
So it started off on the ground on the first drive, and then Roby Keys goes play action to Miles, who's doing the job rushing the football, and then he gets the pass from Keys to get on the board first, and the Eagles in a tough environment on the road on homecoming really got off to a good start. Then Broughton found a way to get points on their drive and to make this a 6-3 ball game. Their special teams unit is very strong, and then the Eagles just kept it on the ground and had a huge play from Boykin.
That was the play after converting a 4th and 1 in their own territory. Next play, 65-yard touchdown run. That put Enloe up 13-3. Then things got crazy in the last couple of minutes. After a turnover, Enloe got it back inside the 20-yard line.
Yeah, it resulted in outstanding field position after the turnover. The Eagles say they have it, and the refs said they did too, and they finished it off with Miles plowing his way through to stretch out the lead. And we kind of thought, all right, this may be the last score before the half. 1:57 left on the clock. And then Broughton got it back quickly with urgency. Noah Vogler goes over the top to Matthew Vanoy with a huge strike through the air, and Vanoy comes away with the big play and gaining momentum for the Caps.
And that seemed to be what Broughton needed, down by 10, knowing they get the ball. But a big kickoff return by one of the up men, and then on a 3rd down play with 7 seconds left, not going for the field goal. Enloe went for everything, and it paid off. Peters from 23 yards brings it in, and back to a 17-point lead for Enloe.
And the difference right now is the turnovers as well as the rushing attack. The Eagles doing a nice job on the ground, especially on third down conversions, just keeping the ball away from the Caps. And for each side, it's going to be about adjustments with Broughton protecting the ball, finding a way to create sparks on the offensive end and get stops. And for Enloe, just continue to run the ball and use the play action pass. With your success on the ground, you should have some open areas through the air.
Yeah, technically 2 turnovers and a muffed kickoff. And that led to Enloe holding a 17-point lead. Let's go down to Madison, who is with the third-year head coach for Broughton, Tom McGuire. Madison.
Coach, coming into this game, the focus was being able to adjust. What adjustments will we see in the second half?
We saw what Enloe's doing. We're probably going to have to sling it around a little bit more. Just that's what's worked for us. Maybe play a little bit faster, but it's an internal problem. It's us beating ourselves, so we can control that.
What was the final message to your team coming back out here?
That was it. We're beating ourselves. It's not them, it's us. So we can fix that. We control what we can control, and we'll see what they do in the second half.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Appreciate you.
Back to you guys.
All right, pretty stiff comments there by Tom McGuire. He knows this is a game they need, and he's right. A couple of big penalties early in the first half. 2 turnovers and the mishandled kick. It has given a couple of short fields to Enloe, and they have cashed in.
And for Broughton right now, all right, the first half, you have some mistakes, but you've got to flush that, come out here. And Coach McGuire said it, control what you can control. The biggest thing is you just have to play a clean ball game. You cannot have any more turnovers, and then you have to put Enloe in some uncomfortable situations. The Eagles seem comfortable in the first half. You've got to get them off script, create some turnovers, and get this crowd into the ball game. And we saw how quick Broughton could score on that final drive. They went down the field quickly. They've got to have that sense of urgency, especially the first 5 minutes of the half.
And again, kind of giving you the macro look. This is the conference opener of the Cap 6. 5 conference games. You know that Leesville Road and Cardinal Gibbons, 2 of the top big schools in the state of North Carolina, you're going to be seeing them. In Enloe's case, the next 2 weeks you play them. In Broughton's case, you see them over the next month. These are 2 teams, minimum they want a playoff berth. And that's why tonight's game is so important for both Enloe and Broughton. I think that's why Tom McGuire was so distressed with the first half that his team put together with the mistakes that cost them dearly. And now they'll really have to run from behind to chase down Enloe.
Well, and he knows the potential of his team, and he just wants to make sure, hey, let's not hurt ourselves. Let's give ourselves a chance. And over on the other side for Ryan Clark and Enloe, all right, that was a great first half, but we cannot let up because he knows if you shift things over to Broughton side and let them back in the game, it's going to be a dangerous ball game. They've done everything right, but the goal, the mindset is let's play a full 4 quarters and a complete ball game.
And again, just think about how the emotions change with about 40 seconds left. Broughton got the big long pass for the score to cut into a 10-point game, and it suddenly felt like they're right in it, and they are. But then you give up the long kickoff return, the squib kick, and that set things up for Enloe to come back through. So in one play for Broughton, a positive play can put them right back in it with plenty of time to recover. But can they get that kind of game-changing play early in this third quarter?
Things can shift quickly, and a lot of this is on the players, the seniors, the veterans, to really make sure everybody stays on the same page and stays in the ball game and knows, hey, listen, we have to do X, Y, and Z, but we can make it happen. And again, we've talked about how big this ball game is. You cannot allow that adversity to affect your second half.
All right, so there is Tom McGuire offensively when he talks about we need to kind of sling things around a little bit more, maybe quicken the pace in this one. What does that look like?
Well, I think, with Vogler's ability throwing the football, especially on that last drive with him and Vinoy connecting, there was more of an up-tempo pace. And I think that's what he was referring to as, hey, just to create a spark, let's change things up. Let's go fast and see how that works and see the pressure that puts on Enloe. And I think they're going to continue to run the ball, but I think you will see them be more aggressive through the air, especially with the 17-point deficit.
Yeah, really, if there's one juncture in that first half where it looked like the Enloe defense was kind of caught back on its heels, it was late in that first half after the long running play on a third down, and then they went hurry up. They went a hurry up, and then we saw a timeout burn to kind of give the defense a chance to reassess and figure out how to best attack. It seemed to be where Enloe defensively was vulnerable. So here we go with the second half kickoff. Brought to you by NC Safe. And the return out to about the 31-yard line for Broughton. And we don't want to characterize every drive the rest of the way for the Capitals as the biggest drive of the game, but this one computes. This is a very important drive to begin the third quarter for the Capitals. Down by 17, the senior quarterback Owen Vogler comes back onto the field.
Well, and you're right, and this is important and to gain, cut into this lead right now, but it just puts more pressure on the rest of the drives coming up. So you got to have it here and just to switch the tempo and the mindset.
Very experienced, senior-laden squad for the Capitals, so they may feel a little bit of pressure, but they've been here before. And here on the first offensive play of the second half, that's Howard slithering left for about 3. He's been the featured guy for Broughton out of the backfield. And again, it was his big third down run late in that first half that sparked the touchdown drive. Homecoming night at Broughton. The homecoming court was crowned just a few moments ago, and second down. And this is Howard again, breaking through. Howard out across midfield, dragging a defender, and I guess he was tackled around the 45. He kind of sat on the tackler. I'm not sure his knees were down at all, but it's a big first down carry again for Broughton.
Going towards the right side, Howard Morris just getting stronger as this game goes on, and the power, the finish, as he picks up a first down, and that's huge, getting these first downs, churning things on the ground. And Howard Morris and Latrell Brown both in the ball game with the 2-back set.
Their experts heating, cooling, and plumbing first down. And a carry again, and down inside the 35-yard line. And Xavier getting a workout here. Featured guy, and they're putting the ball in the hands of a guy who can be a changer. And again, the tempo for Broughton is intensifying as we begin this third quarter. Let's go down to Madison.
Yeah, as they started this initial drive in the second half, Keon Bates had a message for this offense. He says, guys, we've been here before, and he referenced that game last season at Sanderson when they had a huge comeback, and they're looking to do that again.
Vogler pump fake, and that pass is deflected, tipped, it almost intercepted, and a late flag comes in. This is going to be a personal foul on Broughton. Zaire Leach almost was able to take that off the top of the blades of grass for an interception. Then as the ball squirted off his fingertips, it took a late hit. But the penalty is going to be an ineligible receiver downfield, not a late hit. And it still will go against Broughton. Not sure that pass was tipped. I think it was just slipped out of the hands of Vogler. And a very, very lucky moment for the Capitals.
We'll replay first down. First and 15.
So with the penalty, moving back to about the 36-yard line. Still first down here for the Capitals. First possession of the second half. Enloe in motion, bad snap. It goes back outside the 50-yard line. Vogler tried to pick it up and ran past him. Had to pick it up and just kind of fall on it. And that will be a massive loss of yardage, about 20 yards on the snap that went right past Vogler.
Devin Puidi, number 11, with the hustle as this ball goes on the ground. See the defensive end just shoot through to make the play.
Now you go back, Jay, to the tail end of that second quarter. Matthew Solomon, their starting center, went down with the cramp. He is back in the game. That was his snap. That was low and left to Vogler. So a penalty, and now about an 18-yard loss on that faulty snap. Good news is it's second down. Bad news is they need 34 yards. Vogler swings it to the flat. Catch by LaFawn. And LaFawn to about the 44. So he'll pick up about 11 of those 34 and brings up third down.
And LaFawn, a good weapon, playing tight end. He'll split out in the slot as well. The height advantage. Vogler finds him, and it makes it a little bit more manageable on third and long.
3.5 plus minute, probably 2.5 plus minute drive here so far for Broughton. Need to reach the 21-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 44. Third down. Slots left and right. Vogler, little middle screen, Sproul through the middle and brought down around the 40. Looked like that really had a chance to be a good play, but only 4, covered up by Isaac Olvera Garcia. 4th down now for Broughton.
Olvera Garcia, very disciplined. This was a good play call. Tom McGuire going with the quick screen. As Jabari Sproul tries to maneuver, picks up positive yards. Olvera Garcia is wrapping him up and forcing a 4th down.
And now the question for the Capitals, are they playing field position or keeping the offense on the field? They will go for it on 4th down. They need almost 19 yards here. Empty backfield. Vogler, time to throw. Dances right, and he'll have to keep it. They'll pick up about 6 or 7, brought down, and will be given over to the Eagles on the 4th down stop.
He's brought down short of the first down.
So about 3.5 minutes off the clock. No points for Broughton, but a couple of big negative plays. One on a penalty, one on that horrendous snap that cost the Capitals about 19 yards. So Enloe's first offensive touch of the 3rd quarter, up 17. And Roby Keys, basically a mistake-free first half for him, but a lot of the damage on the ground. Here's Miles with a touchdown reception and a touchdown run in the first half. Miles moves it ahead for almost 7. Good first down yardage for Gavin Miles, third-year starter in the backfield for Enloe.
And Miles already over 500 yards coming into the ball game. Just an excellent start to his season and getting stronger as this game wears on. Running backs, the more you get the ball, just seems like you get into a groove, and it's definitely the case for number 2.
There's White in the backfield with him. And this will be White on 2nd down and stood up right at the line of scrimmage. One of the first times we've really seen the D-line, especially on that right side, hem things in fast. And once again, there's Latrell Brown, number 23, who was in on the tackle. And now 3rd down.
3rd and 3.
Well, if the Capitals are to come back, these are the moments the defense needs to stand up and make a stop. 3rd and a short 3. Miles in the backfield with Keys. And he will throw a quick pass to the left sideline. Caught behind the marker, then forging ahead. That will be enough for an Enloe first down. And there is Nathan Peters with a big touchdown catch with 2 seconds left in the first half. 3rd down reception moves the change.
Peters can do it all. Saw him go deep. This is a quick screen to the outside. He's a big body, over 6 feet tall. Good body control, catching the ball, and then just making the man miss to pick up the first.
Air Experts first down. Reminder, you can schedule your tune-up today, airexperts.com. First down Eagles, up by 17. Miles one more time, surging out toward midfield. We saw him get 7 on first down a moment ago, 6 on first down here. And that really opens up the offensive options for Enloe.
Second time.
With Enloe running the ball, they're taking their time. And you look up, you have 17-point lead, still plenty of time left in the ball game, but you're down to 6.5 minutes and just trying to minimize the possessions for Broughton.
Good point. Toss. Boykin had the big run in the first half, out to midfield, and Stiffer's instance there. Almost looked like Boykin was either hesitating to maybe throw downfield, or perhaps he just didn't exactly know where a running lane was going to be. 3rd down.
3rd and 5.
Tomlinson coming up, and then Jack Chenery finishing things off with Davis Cunningham.
Now, even in moments like these, right? It's 3rd and 4. Enloe is already lined up. The play clock still has 20 seconds. If you really wanted to manage the clock, if you're Enloe, you could take 10 or 12 more seconds off the clock here before snapping the ball. They won't. As Keys will get it off and up the middle beyond the 45-yard line. That's going to be a first down. Keys on the keeper.
Quarterback, Keys keeps the ball.
First time we've seen Keys do that.
Yeah, and he's very athletic.
First down Eagles.
It's a zone read, place the ball in Miles' belly, and then pull out the last second. There's a crease right up the middle. Enough room to operate and just have a nose for where the first down marker is and get past it.
Joshua Downing, 7 receptions this year, none tonight, hobbling off, favoring his right leg to the sideline for Enloe. So a new set of downs for the Eagles. And they can now take another 2 or 3 minutes off the clock here if they protect the football. This is White. A little toss sweep to about the 35-yard line.
The big reason for this resurgence is you see the talent of the skill players. But Patrick, it's the offensive line. I mean, everybody working together, and those guys up front with Chandler Telfair, Alex Quinn, Will Almeida, Robert Harp, and Josh Patterson. Coach Clark just loves those guys and the way they work together and how physical they've been.
4 offensive linemen returning from last year for Enloe, and again a team that won 4 games. May not sound like a big number, but from Enloe's recent history, it's their best year in a half decade. And they get all those guys back. They have White and Miles in the backfield. Again, Keys, his first year as the starting quarterback for Enloe. Not asked to win games, simply protect the football, make the right decisions on options, and get the ball in Miles and White's hands really as much as possible. And a Capital player is down after the tackle on Miles.
Short run by the Eagles. Tackle by number 2.
And we will take a timeout here with a nicked up Capital defensive lineman. 4:48 remaining third quarter. 27-10 Enloe leading. Eagles charge it again. During the fourth quarter of tonight's game, we will select the U.S. Army player of the game. United States Army, be all you can be. Patrick Keenest, Jason Halter up here in the booth on the campus of Broughton High School. Madison Little down on the sidelines, and the Enloe Eagles up by 17. Broughton got the football to begin this second half. Moved into Enloe territory, gave it up on downs after a penalty and a poor snap. Put them far behind the chains, and Enloe has been just grinding out yards on the ground on this entire drive as we get a rare penalty marker tossed in before this Enloe third down play. And this will go on the Eagles and move them back to now about 3rd and 7. It's the third penalty on Enloe tonight.
Still third down.
So the clock will sit at 4:47. Third down for Enloe. Now a glance at the sideline, 10 on the play clock. Game clock is now ticking down. 3rd and 7. Keys, little inside handoff, Miles again, and a great recovery there by Broughton. That's Chenery. Just when it looked like Miles was about to tap the accelerator and get to 5th gear, he brings him down a couple of yards short of the first down.
It was a counter, a fake handoff to Boykin, and then Miles comes through, and that was a heck of a job from Chenery, bringing him down and not letting him loose where he could have taken it all the way.
All right, now it is 4th down. Offense stays on the field, though, for the Enloe Eagles as we submarine below 4 minutes. 27-10 Enloe. Critical defensive moment here for the Capitals. Need the 32-yard line. Keys rolling, tossing, and throwed it incomplete down the left side, looking for Kirkpatrick. And that's what Broughton needed. Although about 5 minutes go off the clock, but no points for Enloe, and the Capitals get it back.
And that's huge to get off the field, and Enloe doing a nice job using the clock and moving the ball down the field, but you just kind of felt like if they got points on that drive, boy, that would put Broughton in a tough position. In the Caps, all right, the offense has the ball. Can you get a drive going here to cut into this lead?
All right, time now for the Publix Smile Cam. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure. Still smiles, still hope. First down, and that snap deflected back into the hands of Vogler. Broken play, and Vogler will at least get something positive out of it. Late flag flies in. Pickup of 1. That might be a personal foul here on Enloe. See what the call is. Don Johnson in the white cap. It came in late, right at the point of the tackle on the quarterback. And it is a personal foul, horse collar on the Enloe defense. So the first major penalty infraction against Enloe tonight. That's 15 yards. It'll be very welcome for Broughton.
Vogler gets the ball. They'll get the penalty yards and just continue to kind of get the ball closer to midfield. And Broughton's had a couple tough face masks, so you're right, Patrick. They're very happy to see go in their favor.
We're not going to turn that one down. James Cochran, number 77 for Enloe, charged with that penalty. So now the ball nose on the other side of midfield. First down, Broughton down by 17. This is Vogler faking, finding some room, and now he'll have to tuck it in and basically go nowhere. A lot of east-west lateral movement for practically no yards. Second down for the Capitals with 3:10 to go in the third.
Let's see if they look towards Enloe. 3 catches on the night.
Quick snap again. Vogler over the middle. Finds his man at the 40-yard line. And that will be enough for a first down.
Vogler's pass is complete.
So Barack Okeo with his first reception of the game. And now we'll see how this hurry-up offense, because this is what gave Enloe some issues late in that first half. How will they handle this time? Pump fake. Vogler spun around, still on his feet. 2 flags, now 3 flags come in, and he spun around again and windmilled down to the ground. Helmet comes off. They were treating Vogler like a rag doll, and somehow kept his balance, and somehow the head is still on his body.
Well, this is going to go on Enloe, obviously. And what toughness from Vogler.
And I think every official down in the field, I think all 5 dumped their penalty flags there. It's a face mask. 3 or 4 of those flags came for the same infraction. But man, watch this. There's the fake. There's the heavy face mask. And again, that's Cochran, number 77. And now how about this? Full 2-fisted spin of the jersey, and down he goes. And then the helmet comes off for Vogler.
Really dangerous play. Thank goodness he's okay, because it's tough when you're getting spun like that, especially by the face.
Well, that's 2 15-yard penalties on Cochran in a row. And it's still out there on the field for Enloe. So with the penalty, down to the 20-yard line. First down, little juggle snap. It's on the turf. Picked up by Vogler. Now can he escape? No, he will not. And back to almost the 30-yard line. That'll be a loss of about 8. But fortunately, Broughton maintains possession. But Vogler's had some issues handling snaps here the last few plays. And we saw one earlier in the first half, kind of sail past his left ankle, but these last 2 kind of juggles have been right in the sweet spot. 2:21 remaining, third quarter. Broughton attacking. They just lost about 8 yards on that play. Down by 17. Enloe on top, 27-10. All right, Jay, waning moments of this third quarter, so let's check out the Lee Acura game summary. Brought to you by Lee Acura in Raleigh. All right, Jay, what do you see in the Lee Acura game summary so far? That is Enloe up by 17.
Well, Enloe in control of the ball game stat-wise, but Broughton showing some promise, taking advantage of some mistakes from the defense, and all these penalties adding up. And I'll tell you what, Broughton gets a touchdown here. It's a completely new ball game.
I mean, just when you feel like Broughton is making some ground up, some self-inflicted wounds, either some penalties here, bad snap there. Third down at 18 after no gain on that last play. And now some confusion personnel-wise for Enloe. I'm not sure they're going to be able to get that player off the field. They do not. This is a free play for Broughton, and the officials blow it dead. Enloe's Caleb Artis, number 50, was racing to get off the field. He was being swapped out, but he did not get to the sideline before the ball was snapped. This will be 5 against Enloe. But I think Broughton was wishing that play would still be allowed to go through. Don Johnson, our referee. So there's the signal against Enloe. Again, they're trying to get number 50, Caleb Artis, off the field. We'll take a look here as he, the top of the screen, just didn't quite get to the sideline. So 3rd and 13 for Vogler and Broughton. 1:45 left in the third quarter, and when you know you might only have a couple of more offensive possessions left in this one, Vanoy and Broughton need something big to happen, and it nearly did. As a pass coming from Vanoy, throwing back toward his quarterback, was broken up in the last minute, looking for Vogler. And now it is 4th down.
Well, Vanoy, a baseball star, you talked about him being committed to Davidson. Quarterback on Vogler going out to the left side, Person staying at home, and Vanoy almost able to connect. Broughton going to bring out their field goal unit, try to cut in this lead.
This would make it a 14-point game. This will be a 42-yard attempt for Long. He knocked one in from 41 earlier, and this one online and just enough. So a 41-yard field goal in the second quarter, now a 42-yarder, and that's big. It's now a 14-point game with 1:34 to go, 27-13 Enloe.
Long's coming through. Those two difficult field goals, and what a job by him. Continue to tack on points, and you got 3 timeouts, more than a full quarter left. Broughton has to be feeling good with the progress they've made in the third quarter.
And now curious to see what we'll see on special teams here from Broughton. They have not forced a turnover yet in the game. When Enloe has been in possession, again, they haven't put the football on the ground. They've run, they've churned the clock down. It's almost as if somewhere, somehow, you need to steal a possession some way, whether it's an onside kick, a pooch kick, force a turnover. Because at the rate that Enloe is controlling the football, picking up first downs, the third down conversion rate has been very good tonight. You can see a couple more 4 or 5 minute drives from Enloe, and that would not leave Broughton with a whole lot of time. We'll see what they do. They will kick it deep. And this will head toward the sideline, and that will bounce out of bounds. There'll be some field position given up to Enloe. 1:34 left here in the third quarter. So they will spot the football at the 35-yard line here. Roby Keys, he is engineer of the offense. Miles has been the featured back. Chase White, number 22, had some early game carries. Saw the big run from A.J. Boykin, a 65-yard touchdown run early in the second quarter. Now this drive for Enloe begins at the 35-yard line, up by 14. And there's the handoff, and this is Chase White. Misdirection, and he'll pick up 13 on first down.
And Enloe's offense continuing to have success running the football. And for Broughton, you've been out in the field a lot throughout the ball game. A lot of guys down with injuries. You have to find a way to get off the field to stop the run. Also, you need a turnover, and you've got to go for that ball. The Eagles just gashing them right now on the ground, picking up a first down and getting the ball near midfield.
Another Air Experts first down. Air Experts Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Schedule your tune-up today. airexperts.com. First down Eagles from the 48-yard line. Approaching 1 minute to go. There's the option. There's the toss. White again. Angled out right around midfield. Let's go downstairs to Madison.
Yeah, Chase White adding an element of speed to this Enloe offense. Freshman year, he didn't play football. He was a track-only guy. That's until Ryan Clark recruited him to join this team last season. He was immediately added to the varsity roster after not having played football since he was 8 years old. Last season, all about relearning the game for Chase White. Still third on the team in yards last year, but now he's being forced to step up into a bigger role. Coach Clark challenging him to be great. And Jay, how do you think he's doing so far?
He's doing great. I mean, I'll tell you what, with that quarterback, running back rotation with Keys, Miles, Boykin, White, their ability to run the ball, all 4 guys have made plays. And for Chase White, a track athlete who's new to the game of football, you just see the development that he's had year by year, and all that hard work is paying off tonight.
And third downs have been the friend here for Enloe. They will have to snap it before the end of the third quarter. But Broughton has even given up a couple of third down and long defensive conversions tonight. This is 3rd and 9. And this is going to be White. Burst down the middle. He'll pick up another third down and more to the 30. Gets the sideline, cuts back, loses the football though. Picked picked up by Broughton, and there's the turnover the Capitals desperately needed. Kanan Page picks it up for the Capitals at the back end of a huge run by Chase White.
Yeah, and just outstanding job staying with it. As White gets a huge run, counter, starts off on the left, comes back towards the right. This is a huge one as he comes down. As Latrell Brown that knocked it loose. Watch the hustle from number 23. Just ball falls out as he knocks it, clubs it through, and Page comes up with it, stays in bounds, and huge shift with the turnover. And right now White down on the field.
Oh, they're feeling around that right groin area just above the knee at the end of that carry, and the fumble forced by Brown, recovered by Page, and there they are side by side. Brown number 23, Page recovered it, number 24. 4 seconds left, third quarter. Hope for the Capitals. And there's a very good side. Chase White is up and walking with just a little bit of a limp toward the sideline across the field. Well, you saw the track aspect of his game right there on that run, but again, maybe a little bit of the lack of football experience, not securing that football. Good work by Latrell Brown to poke it out of there, and that is exactly what the Capitals needed. So we'll have one more play left in this third quarter. And again, with that 42-yard field goal by Long a moment ago, it's just a two-score game, 27-13 Enloe. We've seen some bizarre finishes here on Friday Night Rivals, so this one certainly not in ink. First down carry. And spinning out of a tackle, keeping his momentum, it's Howard, and that will bring us to the end of the third quarter. So the only points of the third on that 42-yard field goal a couple minutes ago by Long, and now the first turnover forced by Broughton. And is there a homecoming miracle for the Capitals? We'll head to the fourth quarter. Enloe up 27-13. Cap 6 conference opener, fourth quarter begins. It's homecoming night in Broughton, and they are looking for a spirited final 12 minutes. Broughton has just forced its first turnover of the game. They're down by 14 points. And through the air, Vogler down the field. And a little bit short of Kalen Williams right at midfield. 27-13 Enloe. All right, Jay, how does Broughton make this a one-score game?
But you can see the mindset is let's be aggressive. They're going for the big play over the top. And I think for Broughton, everything's out in front of you, and Coach McGuire talked with Madison at the halftime break about just controlling what we can control. Well, they've given themselves an opportunity with the ball only down by 2 scores, and I think you have to mix in the run. I think they have to have success, though, through the air to try to create some big plays and get the defense on their heels.
Right, this is 3rd and 8 from Broughton's own 24-yard line. And the Eagles jam in the box. Flushing out Vogler, he's in trouble, and Vogler goes down, sacked for the first time tonight. Enloe's Simba Devnam-Puitzi got in there. He's had a big game, 5th sack of the year, and it's 4th down, and there's no shot to go for it offensively. The Capitals will have to punt it away.
Devnam-Puitzi coming into the backfield, Derek Mathis, Christian Blackwell, and others just finding a way to collapse the pocket. And on third down situations, you have to have a pass rush, and Enloe's D-line comes through.
Well, you got the turnover for the Capitals. He didn't have great field position as a result, but no first downs. And now a sack on 3rd and 8, and you have no other recourse than to punt it away. High snap brought down, and this kick is off a bit off the end of the foot, but takes a nice broad roll out toward midfield. And that's where the Enloe drive will begin at the 48-yard line. 10:59 left, fourth quarter.
Eagles.
And so here come the Eagles, who have just dominated the offensive line of scrimmage. Most of their offense has been on the ground. Their third down conversion has been nearly flawless. And those are things you need to control to win on the road in this conference. And Enloe not yet in the checkered flag as they lead by 2 touchdowns, but still 11 minutes to go. And Keys will give it off on first down, and this is Gavin Miles. And I mean, he's just like a truck. Takes it ahead for about 7. But he's patient, he's big, he's tough to bring down. He kind of waits for just a little bit of a hole, and then just kind of leans into it.
Patterson and Telfair, both tackles, created the path for Miles. And right now, Enloe's offense, they're in the driver's seat where they've been running the ball over 200 yards on the game. They're in position. They just want to keep it on the ground, continue to have success.
And this is Chase White, who just coughed it up a moment ago and then had the slight injury. Good to see him back in the field. That's a first down carry for Chase White. Penalty marker down, however, and it's going to be a hold against Enloe. So wipe off the first down. 7th penalty now on Enloe, and they will get backed up from the point of the infraction.
Holding on the Eagles.
They will move it back to the 46-yard line. So technically 2nd and 9 now for the Eagles. Roby Keys, senior quarterback, is managing this game perfectly tonight for Enloe. Slots to both sides. And a handoff, and one more time. Hopping through Miles, found a hole right up the middle. And he takes it down to the 35-yard line. That will be a first down.
And with the depth at the running back position with Miles, Boykin, White, and just the different types of skills they bring, they're going to be difficult for every defense they play. And with Miles just being the guy back there that he'll get the tough yards, he'll be physical, he's got the speed. I mean, what a good backfield for Keys and Ryan Clark to use.
I mean, they just trust their offense, right?
Yeah.
3rd and 8, 3rd and 9. They still stick with their strengths, which is their offensive line and their big running backs. Carry to the outside, maybe back to the line of scrimmage as we now are under 10 minutes to play. A.J. Boykin crawling to the sideline. Looks like the right leg giving him an issue. He had that 65-yard touchdown run back in the first half.
2nd and 10.
Now this is the team, I mean, we're now in week 6, right? This is the 5th game for Enloe, 6th game for Broughton. But as teams develop their identity, they realize what their strengths are. Enloe really in the summer knew or anticipated what their strengths were going to be. Offensive line, backfield, defensive secondary. And that is what has won them 3 of 4 games. And that is what has them in charge of this one here tonight on the road. It's incomplete down the sideline, looking for White streaking out of the backfield.
And you have a really good offensive line and an offense that doesn't turn the ball over. Patrick, you'll have a chance in every ball game.
I mean, Enloe again next week plays at Cardinal Gibbons. And then they host Leesville Road. And they finish up at Sanderson and then home with Athens Drive. So the true litmus test of this Enloe team will be over the next couple of weeks if they put this one away tonight against Broughton. 3rd down. Play clock to 5. The toss, White can't get away, punished down. And that will bring up 4th down now for the Eagles. Davis Cunningham right there on the stop. So it's 4th and 10. Offense right now is still on the field for Enloe. But again, the play clock still above 20 seconds, so they can shrink this down to about 8:47, 8:48 in that range if they really needed to. 4th and 10. No reason to put it through the air here if you're Roby Keys. We'll see if they trust the ground game one more time. And they will take the play clock down to 2. There's the snap. Keys will throw. A little middle screen. White the reception. And White moving ahead near the sticks. And then a big hit. Drives him back, and he's going to be short. So White gets about 8 very tough yards on 4th down. And Enloe will turn it over to Broughton on down.
And this was so close. Yeah. The screen play, there's the pass rush. Keys gets rid of it. And the blocking out front. Harp Patterson and everybody doing their job, just that defense coming over to make the play. They knew they had it there. They had to get a stop, and the Caps come through.
I mean, has White had a really... Who would want the last 15 minutes physically that White has suffered with the slight injury on the sideline after the fumble, and then that just absolutely punishing hit on that 4th down play. All right, Capitals football, down by 14. This is Vogler, pump fake, throws it deep, and it's in and out of the hands of Matthew Vanoy. It sneaked through, it got to the hands and chest of Vanoy, and he normally catches everything, but not this one.
Here comes the pass rush as Vogler gets to the outside. There you see the arms at the last minute may have been tipped.
Yeah, maybe tipped by the defender streaking in front of Enloe. 2nd down. 8:31 for the game.
Now go right back to Vanoy. He's your big play wide receiver. Give him an opportunity down the field.
2nd and 10. Vogler, a lot of time, and now slips and goes down. He was trying to make a move because he felt Derek Mathis kind of right in his windshield and tried to plant that back foot and cut back and just kind of lost his balance and collapsed. Loss of about 10, 3rd down, quick snap, Vogler again. Dancing left, dumps it off, flag down, and if this goes on Broughton, it is going to be potentially 4th and long. Howard the catch. And we'll see what the call is. The flag is in the backfield for Broughton in the area of where that reception was made. So it could be a hold by a lineman in that terrain. And there's a 2nd flag down back near the 50-yard line. So there's the preliminary infraction of flag number 1. It is holding on Broughton. And then there's an illegal substitution against Enloe, so those penalties will offset, and we will replay the 3rd down and long. So evidently Enloe was trying to sub a player off of the field, did not get off. That to be the 2nd time that's happened in this half on the Eagles. Need to reach just past the 38-yard line is 3rd down and 21 for Broughton. Inside 8 minutes for regulation. Broughton is down by 14 points. Rolling out, Vogler, chased, throws this sideline. There's the catch, but well short of the 1st down. And that's Page on the, probably that's Okeo on the catch. And it's going to be 4th down and about 14 here for Broughton. And this is an absolute go for it here for Broughton, down by 14 points. Now this is a do or die play now for the Capitals. And still looking to the sideline is Vogler. Play clock is already down to 10. They're going to have to hustle to get this play off or else burn a timeout. This is a very important play, and they're barely going to get it off. Play clock at 3. They get the snap. Looking around, Vogler, harassed. Now finds some space. He's going to heave it to the left side, coming back to it. There's the catch made, but give it up Brown, and look at the effort there by Vanoy. Is going to have enough for the 1st down or not? He may be short. He might be a yard short. And Enloe believes they have stopped him. Vanoy had to rush back to make the catch. He was beyond the sticks, but had to come back to it and never got back to the 1st down marker.
What an effort. It looked like he did. This was a great play from Vogler. Just getting outside the pocket. Vanoy makes a difficult catch. And to me, we'll see from this angle, he comes back, but here's the fight as he tries to go out. To me, where's that foot compared to the out of bounds mark? But to me, it looked like he had it.
That's Desmond Massey on the coverage there, and Vanoy and Broughton denied. Marker down, sideline violation, a warning on Broughton. And you're right, that was very, millimeters close. And you see the look by Tom McGuire pleading with Don Johnson, the referee. When that pass was released by Vogler, Vanoy was beyond the sticks, but he had to come back the football inside the sticks. And now, Jay, let's just watch in terms of was he stretching the ball? Was he out of bounds when he stretched? Was he not?
And for that angle, it's hard to see where the line is. But based off of when he stretched the ball out, and just from my look, it looked like he was in bounds as the ball was stretched out.
Well, that call does not go Broughton's way. It is Enloe football. 7:31 left in regulation. First down for the Eagles. And first down carry. Miles again swings left, drags defenders with him. Look at him push that pile. He's down to about the 27-yard line. We do have one more look at that fourth down reception on where Vanoy got.
Run by the Eagles. Stop by number 24, Caden Page.
Foot's out of bounds.
Yeah, foot's out of bounds before the stretch, right?
Yeah.
So both of those angles are matched up before he really extended the football out. That right foot appeared to be on the white line.
It's so close, and that's such a difficult call.
That's great, great splicing camera work, guys.
Yeah, great work.
2nd and 1 for the Eagles. Approaching 7 minutes. Enloe up by 14. And the give to the trusted hands of Miles. Powering ahead. And Miles, did he get stripped? He gets stripped of the football. Broughton took it away out of the hands of Gavin Miles. And forcing the turnover, Latrell Brown, who has been everywhere tonight for the Capitals, just took it right out of the hands of Gavin Miles and ran it the other way.
And Latrell Brown created the other turnover, knocking the ball loose. But Caden Page jumped on, and as Miles gets it, goes right up the middle, inside zone. Number 23 is getting blocked, gets off the block, knocks it loose, and does it all. And then he turns into a running back here trying to pick up yards. We've seen him play both ways as a running back as well as a linebacker.
Jay, he did that with one hand.
Amazing.
And with his knee almost on the ground, I mean, he had no leverage to get to that football. How strong is he?
And Chandler Telfair, the Division I prospect as a left tackle, was blocking him. He got off the block and then made a great play.
So call this now a mulligan for Broughton, and Vogler dancing around, got sacked again. And that's Derek Mathis. So slipping down, still charged with a sack. Lost about 9. 6.5 to go on 2nd down. Swinging out, it's off the fingertips, incomplete, looking for LaFawn.
3rd and long.
Now you kind of get the sense that Broughton is really rushing to make things happen, to get a quick score.
And just in this position, 3rd and 20, 4-down territory. You don't have to get it all here. This is a possible screen scenario. Again, something maybe short where you can get yards after the catch.
Yeah, the thing with both of these teams, not a lot of vertical threats offensively. And they go underneath on 3rd and 20. And that's good for maybe, 8 or 9 for Vanoy.
That's complete to Vanoy.
So now it's 4th down. 6:15 and counting. Now quickly to the line on 4th down are the Capitals. This is a must. Vogler under pressure, being chased, buying some time. He's going to throw it up the sideline, and that is incomplete.
That's incomplete.
And that will turn it over on downs one more time to Enloe.
Turnover on downs.
So Broughton has had 2 cracks on 2 possessions in the last, minute and a half. Both times sacks, pressure, and unable to matriculate up the field. 6:03 left. Enloe ball.
And Enloe's defense has played really well tonight, getting off the field, and those turnovers, they've made plays when they've had to make sure the damage isn't done and give the ball back to their offense.
And here is Keys on the handoff. Miles bumping off a would-be tackler in the backfield, staying on his feet, held onto the football this time. Would still be knocked down for a loss of a couple of yards. Looked like a pinball right here. Right off the body of Bates, number 51. Loss of 4. Broughton still 3 timeouts left. But the clock, not the ally of Broughton. The carry, nothing happening here. Boykin, who went down with a minor leg injury a moment ago, back in the field, carries that for maybe a half yard. 3rd down and long.
3rd and 14.
For Enloe, ball security and keep the clock moving. That's all the goal here on this drive. Just shorten this game up and make sure you don't give the ball back to the Caps.
If you're Tom McGuire and Broughton, in the back of your mind, you're thinking about the right scenario and when you're using your timeouts. This will not be it. 3rd and 14. Boykin slithering ahead. He'll be about 6 yards short. But that will bring up 4th down now for Enloe. And I doubt McGuire will do anything with his timeouts here. I think he'll just let the clock roll. 31 seconds on the play clock. 4:24 on the game clock. And Enloe will take every half second off of this play clock, I would imagine here. Play clock now at 10. So now Roby Keys looking over the sideline. They may just call a timeout here, and they will. We saw this story in the first half as well. So timeout, Enloe. 27-13. Enloe facing a 4th down, but up by 14 points when we come back. Late 4th quarter from Broughton. Late State's 4th quarter. Homecoming at Broughton. Cap 6 conference opener. Enloe leading 27-13. This is a 4th down call for Enloe on offense. With 3:54 remaining. There's a look at Roby Keys, senior quarterback, who's just been able to handle this Broughton defense very well tonight. He's going to the end zone on 4th down, and it is intercepted at the goal line. And that'll be a touchback. The interception by Broughton's Jack Chenery. So Broughton will get it back. 3:48 remaining. 3rd turnover in this second half by Enloe.
And the Caps fighting. Chenery, outstanding play in coverage as he's falling back. Comes back to the ball, gets in front of the wide receiver, and a big turnover, and 3:48 left on the game clock. But you still have a chance, and this defense, boy, they've been through a lot with injuries this season and being out on the field tonight, but they're giving their offense a chance.
All right, here's Vogler. A spinning catch made nicely by Vanoy, but very little yardage after that. He might get a yard total on the play. We've only seen 3 total points in the second half. We saw 21 in the last 2 minutes of the second quarter. Well, the defenses have played very well. Low snap on 2nd down. And now flag comes in, tip pass across the middle, and it lands incomplete. Frustration spike by Enloe's Leach as that ball landed on the grass. We'll see what the marker is. 3:23 to play. It's holding against Broughton.
Ball is holding on the offense.
Enloe 27, Broughton 13. Broughton 3 straight conference road games. That's unusual, but that's what starts next week. Leesville Road, Athens Drive, Cardinal Gibbons, their last remaining home game. This is homecoming. They have senior night. That's their next home game. That'll wrap up the regular season slate on November 11th. 2nd down. Vogler, little slant. Royster for about 5.
Pass complete to number 11, Jack Royster.
Good job by Royster on the slant route. And for Broughton, can you get that big play through the air? The Eagles playing back deep, keeping everything in front as this clock gets inside of 3 minutes.
3rd down and about 15. Vogler dancing, and that one incomplete. Target right around the 40, looking for Vanoy. And now another 4th down for Broughton. I mean, they've had multiple possessions here in this 4th quarter, but frankly, they've done nothing with them. As a matter of fact, I don't recall a single 1st down in this 4th quarter for Broughton, despite the host of possessions that they've had. And a lot of times we've seen kind of 3rd and 20, 3rd and 15.
Penalties and field position have made it more difficult.
So So here's another 4th down for the Capitals, 4th and about 16. Vogler looking for time to throw. He'll lob it up the near sideline, and that's a little bit too far for Royster. And again, Broughton will turn it over to Enloe on downs with only 2:49 left in the 4th quarter.
The Eagles playing back. It's difficult when it's 4th and long. And that secondary knows you have to throw it. They can sit back in coverage and read the eyes. Good job in coverage.
And again, that secondary was always going to be one of the strengths for the Enloe Eagles this year. And, you know, when it's 3rd and 15, 3rd and 20, 2nd and 15, and again, Broughton doesn't throw a whole lot. They don't have the major threats vertically, but when Enloe is known that they are likely to throw, I mean, that's right in the teeth of their strength. On 1st down, barreling ahead, Miles. He's had a big night. Despite that fumble a moment ago, Miles has been the featured guy on this Enloe offense tonight. 2:41 left. We get a timeout on the field. 27-13 Enloe. And Ryan Clark's Eagles a couple of minutes away from winning their Cap 6 opener. Oh, one more time, let's check out our Leith Acura game summary. Brought to you by Leith Acura in Raleigh. Jay, what sticks out?
Well, Enloe is really taking control of this ball game because of the rushing yards, the offensive line, the running backs doing the job together. And for Broughton, much better on the defensive end in the second half. It's just been difficult on the offensive side.
Yeah, 2nd down, handoff, minimal yards. Pile still moving forward. Look at the effort by Enloe in the waning moments of this one. Sets up now a 1st and goal for the Eagles. And tonight on what could have been for Tom McGuire, the hope. I mean, you get through the non-conference, you get into the Cap 6, you're thinking, all right, this is our time. Tough rival with Enloe. You're trying to get back to playoffs if you're Broughton. They have been outside looking into the playoffs the last few years. Tom McGuire's done a really good job bringing this program back to a position where they felt like playoffs was a legitimate goal, an objective. Well, this is not how they envisioned it happening, and then you have half of your conference games left against 2 of the top teams in the state.
Well, and they've been through so many injuries and so many seniors that are out that started preseason in week 1, and just credit to guys stepping up, but it's just tough when you have so many of your leaders out, and you feel for the kids that have not been able to play because of those injuries. And the effort tonight, Tom McGuire has to be pleased with how hard his team has played. And Enloe really got off to a good start in that first half, Patrick. But this is a Broughton team and an Eagles team. Regardless of the outcome of this game, they're going to be fighting for a playoff spot, and really 2 programs that are on the up.
Let's talk about Enloe here, as they're 2.5 minutes away from a conference opening win. Gibbons next week, then Leesville Road, the 2 top teams in this league. Yeah. You've seen them a lot. You've seen their future opponents a lot. How do they match up? I mean, it's a big jump in class from what Enloe has and has been to those 2 teams.
Well, I think for them, they're going to go into those ball games with confidence and with veterans. I mean, they have so many guys that are 3-year starters that this is kind of their time, and they're taking advantage of it. And for them, it's going to be a test against the 2 top teams in the past. Where do we stack up? And I think they're going to be excited for that opportunity in that test and to see where they line up. I just think, Patrick, if you can protect the ball, and they have had a couple turnovers, but if you can protect it, and then you can run the ball, limit big plays, and just kind of play safe, you're going to give yourself a chance at any ball game, and even if it's against Leesville and Cardinal Gibbons.
2nd and goal, timeout taken. This will be the last one taken by Broughton. You see Keys coming over the sideline, kind of holding his abdomen right there. They called his number, trying to fake the handoff and run it straight in for a touchdown. I mean, he took a shot, and he's feeling it on the sideline for Enloe. But again, back to Enloe versus their next couple of opponents, Gibbons and Leesville Road. They have the offensive line. We've seen it. They have the running game. They generally have the ball security, like what we saw from Miles, like what we saw from White, Boykin, a big play guy in the backfield. They don't need Keys to do much. And then when you have a defense where the defensive line, pretty good tonight, the defensive secondary, really good tonight, those are elements that will give you an opportunity to spring some upsets against some better competition.
You have all the ingredients, and then with the running game, can you hit those big plays through the air in play action when those opponents are playing to stop the run, because they're going to watch the film, try to stop the run, and I believe they can. I believe Keys can make those throws. It's going to be fun to see, how each team performs throughout the rest of the season.
2nd and goal. They just adjusted the game clock to 2:26. Flag comes in as Miles comes up a couple of yards short. The other piece, and we can kind of put a period on this conversation, we know where Enloe has been generally over the last 10 or 15 years. We know how young kids can be when they take on the premier programs in the state. Sometimes it's hard to look past. You're playing Cardinal Gibbons, you're playing Leesville Road with everything they've done, playing for state championships, winning state titles. Now you're getting an opportunity within a vastly improved team to now test where you are against those programs.
Well, and I think as a player, especially in a program that's building up and each year getting better and better under Coach Clark, you've got these seniors and it's like, all right, this is our last time against Gibbons, against Leesville. We're ready. We've got momentum. We've gotten off to a great start to begin the season. This is our time, and you want to have those challenges.
Penalty on Enloe pushes the football back outside the 10. Clock is now at 2:08 officially. And again, Broughton is out of timeouts. So Keys will give it off this time. Miles slowed down and then thrown down around the 12. And again, Broughton can no longer stop the clock here. It's 3rd and goal.
And, Patrick, with both programs, talking about their success moving forward, we talked to both coaches before the ball game. These are 2 of the best coaches and 2 of the best guys. I mean, these kids are lucky to have their leadership, and just so impressed by Tom McGuire, Ryan Clark, and their character and how they treat their players.
Yeah, and they're young, they're enthusiastic, they have good pedigrees. And I think, again, their energy and the way that they conduct themselves in the sideline, it works for these players. They feed off of that. And, as a young 16, 17-year-old at Enloe, yet you want to now take your shot at a Gibbons and a Leesville Road. Most people in the area probably won't give you a chance to win those games. But, hey, we've seen wilder things happen, and that's why we play these games. And they're now going to have the next 6 days to get really, really excited about one of the biggest games that they've played in their school's history over the last 5 or 10 years. And again, why not them?
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be 0-0 when the game starts next week.
And each game just gets bigger and bigger as the season goes on. And this atmosphere tonight was awesome. Homecoming and just the tailgating before the ball game. And for Enloe, this is tough on the road against a really good Broughton team, and they've come away here in the 4th quarter. They're going to finish this off on the ground, but again, I think both teams have a bright future here, and Enloe winning on the road. This was a tough ball game, and they're going to come away with a really good win.
And the last thing is, it looks like Enloe is going to turn over on downs here. That was a 4th down carry. Marker is down, however. Outside of that Broughton touchdown late in the 2nd quarter, which made it 20-10. They were down 20-3 at that point. Outside of that, I mean, Enloe didn't give a sliver of real hope to this Broughton team all game long. From the opening kickoff and that opening drive, they really set the tone. I mean, you never really had the sense that Broughton was really one play away from getting back in it. I mean, it's been under control, basically start to finish for Enloe on the road with the history that they've had. That says something about where this program is here tonight.
And they just kind of stood strong when Broughton did have opportunities and chances to come back and didn't allow anything to shift over Broughton's way. And
I mean, this may go in the books as a 27-13 win. It never really felt that close. And that's how much Enloe has been kind of in charge of the game, start to finish, and very few kind of slips. Yeah, a couple of turnovers here in the 2nd half, but the defense got a couple of sacks, a couple of penalties cost Broughton, and Broughton really was never charging down the field about to make it a 1-score game. It's been a comfortable margin across the course of this game for Enloe. Broughton does have the football back. The ball squirts loose. It's covered up by Enloe at around the 10-yard line with 20 seconds left, and that will be the punctuation on an Enloe Eagle homecoming dousing road win at Broughton.
And for each team, Patrick, the secondary and linebackers, really all three levels, these guys have been going for the ball. They're not just trying to make the tackle, they're trying to knock it loose. And there, Silvera
Garcia, number 9, yep.
Scholar athlete who we recognized at halftime along with Owen Vogler, making the play, knocking the ball loose.
And we have not seen the victory formation for Enloe Eagle football a whole lot over the last 5 years. Victory formation on the road, the kneel down by Roby Keys. And Ryan Clark in his 4th year as the head coach of Enloe. 2 years ago, the team was 0-10. They won 1 out of 27 games in a 3-year span until they went 4-6 last year. They come to Broughton, they spoil homecoming. They're 4-1, and they win their Cap 6 opener in pretty demonstrative fashion tonight. It's a final. Enloe 27, Broughton 13. And we'll come back and we will anoint our player of the game and hear from the head coach, Ryan Clark, as the Eagles sour homecoming here at Broughton. A 27-13 win for Enloe. Post-game on the way. Well, the Cap 6 opener is done. Enloe, a road win over Broughton, 27-13. Patrick Keenis, Jay Solenholzer up in the booth. And Madison Little down in the field with the head coach of the Eagles and the Eagles themselves, Ryan Clark. Madison?
Guys, what a win by the Enloe Eagles. And it's my favorite time of the game. We're going to give away some award. The first award we have is the U.S. Army Be All You Can Be Player of the Game. Presenting that award is Sergeant First Class Glenn Hotman. And our player of the game is the man on wheels, Gavin Miles. And now, Coach, you guys came out and you dominated from the first drive. How do you describe what this team accomplished tonight?
Hey, we have a really good team. Not many people around here might believe that, but we have a really good team. We got big dreams, big goals, and we're ready to tackle on next week. We're 1-0 on this week. We're ready to go 1-0 next week. So we're really excited. Hey, Enloe's calling the come up, and everybody better be aware because Enloe's ready to go. So let's be ready to go.
Why should everyone believe in this team, Coach?
We got guys that work. We got guys that care, and we got guys that love each other. And anything like that, you got guys that can go a long way. And we're excited for what's ahead. But, hey, this is just 1-0 for this week, and we got it on next week, a very good opponent. And we're just excited to get rolling and try to compete for a conference championship.
Well, congratulations, Coach. Here's your trophy. Go enjoy your team.
Well, the rebirth of Enloe football continuing, Jay. Enloe gets to 4-1, wins the conference opener. What does it mean?
Well, just an awesome moment for Enloe, Ryan Clark, and you can tell how much he loves these players. And I always love seeing Madison give the awards away, Gavin Miles and the team, and how the players have to wait. They've got to wait, and then finally they get that trophy and get to enjoy the victory.
All right, 27-13 your final. Enloe to 4-1. They will go to Cardinal Gibbons next week. Broughton 3-3. They play at Leesville Road at 0-1 in the Cap 6. Well, all of us like to take a moment to thank the wonderful folks at Papa John's, Arthritis Knee Pain Centers, and Tatum and Atkinson who make these games possible for all of our viewers at home. We'd also like to thank our great other supporters for their contributions to Friday Night Rivals. Those would be the United States Army, Original Grills, the U.S. Marine Corps, Air Experts Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Leith Acura, NC Safe, UNC, Publix, and the NCDHHS. And we'd especially like to thank tonight's participating high schools and all of their administrators for their great support. Enloe Magnet High School, and right here our host at Broughton Magnet. Next Friday, join Jay, Madison, and myself as the Sanderson Spartans take on the Athens Drive Jaguars. Final from Raleigh. Enloe 27, Broughton 13. For Madison, Jay, and our entire crew, Patrick Keenis saying thank you for watching. Enjoy your weekend, and so long from Broughton High School.